Hey everyone, welcome back to the Keep Watching podcast, where we decide what to watch so you don't have to. I'm Sarah.
And I'm James.
And today we're going to be talking about Singles Inferno 4, episodes 5 and 6. James, how's it going? Are you enjoying the time of year where we try really, really hard to keep up with the show?
Yeah. I need to apologize to Singles Inferno because I complained about how long the last episodes were.
Uh-huh.
And they said, you think that's bad? Episode 5, 84 minutes. Episode 6, 100 minutes. I'm going to go check. Actually, I was going to look this up. I'm checking right now. 100 minutes has got to be the longest Singles Inferno episode in the history of Singles Inferno, right?
Seems pretty likely, yeah. I feel like season 1 was like trying to stick to 60 minutes.
60,
and
yeah,
then...
right? Oh, yeah, season 1 had a 71-minute episode.
Okay.
Season 2 had an 82-minute episode. Okay, they've just
creeping
been,
up.
They've just been letting this creep up. Oh, a 90-minute episode in season 3. But yes, 100 minutes is the new record.
Yeah, so far we have the rest of the season to go.
The previous longest episode. That's crazy. All right, whatever. Despite it being so long though, it's weird because at the same time I feel like they're cutting a lot of things out that they normally show in the show, and then it's still super long episodes. So at least it feels like they're showing us the best content they have to show us, other than the second game they're going to do in this episode, which was not. They did not need to show us any of that. I'll do a good montage on that for everybody when we get there.
All right.
But yeah, how are you doing, Sarah?
Doing all right. Yeah, I'm here for it. It's longer, but I'm entertained. It's good. It's better than last season.
Nice. All right. Well, it's been good to hear from everybody that mostly just listens to our podcast for Singles Inferno.
Yep.
Good to hear everybody back. It doesn't seem like we went crazy in a direction that at least the commenters disagreed with us.
Yeah.
Little differences here and there, but we weren't way off on certain people's perspective, at least from people that are talking to us.
Yeah.
Do we get any good what's your not favorite things?
We asked your fifth favorite person and your second favorite whatever.
Okay, yeah. Do we get any good ones?
Yeah, we got those on Twitter from Watching at Home. Said their fifth favorite persons are Minsol and Theo, and their second favorite are Yujin and Junsu. And then Interregnum said their fifth favorite character is apparently Jiyeon. He seemed a little surprised about that. And then their second favorite member of IVE is Gaul. IVE being K-pop band.
I know it's a K-pop group now.
Yeah, they are the little sister group of Monsta X. So there we go.
Oh, why not Big Sister?
Because they
first.
Came out.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, more recently.
They came out of the pipeline first. Okay.
Ooh, exciting Monsta X news. Tomorrow, as we're recording this, Johanny comes home from the army. I'm excited.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like the Justin Timberlake of the group.
Except like
according to me.
Except for not
the one time I've seen them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel like we really learned a lot about our listeners from those not favorite.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. Did someone say Minsol was their fifth favorite girl? Hold on.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's fine. We can feel different.
What was that you were saying about not having big differences with our listeners?
It's fine. We can move past that.
You can cope with it? You can move on? Okay.
No one said Junsol was their fifth favorite guy, did they?
No one.
That would bother me.
Yeah, no one mentioned
Even if you say second favorite,
that
seems kind of low.
Okay.
Did anybody say Junsol was their second favorite guy?
I mean, we'll see. Nobody said that.
Okay.
But we'll see. Maybe I'll say some things this episode. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. But you have to remember, this is a Junsol podcast, so I don't want to hear any negativity around him.
I wouldn't say it's full on negativity. It's just maybe asking some questions. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Let's get to it. Episode 5. 54 minutes. The women are choosing which man game changer is going to be allowed to join the show. Or you could look at it as they've all made the show and 2 of them are getting eliminated, which is kind of how they present it on the TV show, but okay. We actually get to see these 10-minute interviews that each woman gets to do. Well, we don't get to see all of them, but we get to see the ones that are important, right?
Right. Yeah, the ones that are really making the decisions here. We have a couple, like each guy gets at least one girl who like really seems to be vibing with him.
Because every guy's gonna get at least one vote, so
Yeah,
we at
yeah.
least see the person that's gonna vote for them.
Was there any of these remarkably similar guys you were hoping for to be the one?
I did the exercise of who would I would choose, and I think I would have
Uh-huh.
chosen Kia.
That is also who I would have chosen.
Yeah, he seemed the most like, I don't know, soft spoken, and I don't know, he seemed most likable. It was hard. It
Yeah.
honestly, it
We didn't get a lot
yeah.
from them. Yeah.
Jong Hoon, who is going to be selected, he's pretty soft spoken too, isn't he? Or
Yeah, yeah. I don't have any complaints about him.
yeah, I was thinking about this twist or whatever you want to call it though. Like, wouldn't this be better if only I feel like only a certain women should be allowed to vote for this. Like, it should be women that like either got like one or zero chocolates or like haven't been to paradise yet.
Oh, like Shion has had too much.
Yeah,
She has
like
too many men's already,
Sien's
so she's
Sien's
not
doing
allowed to
fine on the
pick.
show. She doesn't need a
She
game
doesn't need
changer,
it.
or she shouldn't have a
But
say. Like, if Sien's vote like determined which game changer got onto the show, and then
mm-hmm.
like a girl that's hasn't had success in the show doesn't get the guy that she wanted, it just seems
Yeah.
stupid. If that, I don't know if that really happened here, or it happened in a good way for me because Minsol was the one that
Uh-huh.
liked Kia, right? Or she liked
No, Minsol actually picked
a
Songbo.
Songbo. Yeah, she was the only one that voted for Songbo.
I'm the one that got fucked because Jiyoung voted for Kia.
Oh yeah, because you're trying to split up
Yes.
Gia and but Gia and Taehwan really seem like they're vibing though. I mean,
Yeah, I actually don't really have complaints about him these two episodes. He has
he
kept his
wasn't
shit
in it very
together,
much.
so well that is also a big part of it. Um we're just wait until he puts his foot in his mouth again. Right now I'm tentatively accepting him as an okay person. We'll see.
I'm curious to see what his age and job and how he behaves in
Oh, he seems
Paradise.
pretty young. I'm guessing
Oh, I think
he's
he's young. Okay.
on the younger side.
Hmm. Okay. All right. All right. I would be so nervous if I was the game changer guys in this situation. By the way, this is like
Yeah.
it's like going through the gauntlet at like a job interview almost. It's like I don't know. It's
Except
like
it's
the
on
most
TV for
uncomfortable.
everyone to see.
Yeah.
Even worse,
I would
yeah.
like rather them just like look at me and decide and you know. I would never win that though, so it's like I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
that is true. The guys knew what was gonna happen, but while they were having these one-on-ones, the women didn't.
The sorry, who didn't know?
The women didn't know that they were gonna vote and just pick one. They thought they were just
Oh
having
yeah.
one-on-ones. But like the hosts referenced that the guys themselves, like they're like, "Don't worry, we cleared this whole elimination thing with them ahead of time when they signed up."
Oh yeah, because they didn't want us. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't want people to like blame the show for
Yeah, yeah,
screwing these guys over. Yeah, no, it's fine.
yeah.
I mean, it was either don't be on the show. Like they don't have to have game changers. It's like it's either let production decide which one or let the women decide. Either way, only one guy's getting on the show,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so it doesn't
And
matter.
like the elimination thing is fun or whatever, but like it's interesting when you watch the one-on-ones to consider like they know they're trying to win these women over just to get on the show, not even necessarily to like couple up. And
Oh,
the
that's a good
women don't know
point. I
that.
didn't think about that.
So I was like, I wonder if we're going to see these guys all say, "Oh yeah, you were the one that really stood out to me," to like everyone.
Jong Hoon was the best at that. Yeah, that's a really good point actually. Because I wrote that Jung Hoon is like really good at giving compliments.
Yeah.
Like that seems like his superpower.
Mhm.
But I didn't think about how he is incentivized to do it just to get on the show. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize until the end that the women didn't know what they were gonna have to do until after the interviews. I didn't actually
Oh
put that
yeah,
together until later.
cuz they like present it in this weird disjointed like flashback scenario in the show,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um so I just wrote down a couple of these, like yeah, Songbo and Minsol. Minsol says she swoons for him. She likes his
Oh yeah.
smile.
She had said last episode that she's like, I'm not gonna be moved at all by any of these game changers, not like the rest of these weak women. I'm on lock. And then she shows up, she's like, "Oh, you made me swoon."
Yeah. He says like
Which is great.
wait for me or something when they have to
Yeah.
start their conversation. Yeah, I'm really happy that you mentioned that these guys might have just been saying whatever it takes to get on the show, because I kind of did feel bad for them at some point, or I felt bad for like the
Mm-hmm.
women that didn't get the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, in retrospect,
How
it's
much
like,
worse would it be to be like hardcore flirting with this guy in this, and then he gets picked, and then he just shows no interest in
yeah,
you at all?
he was just using you to get on the show. Yeah, they definitely could have been doing that. That's so true. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say they were necessarily, but
Yeah, yeah.
they are
It's just a
heavily
thing to think about.
incentivized to do whatever it takes to get every woman to vote for them. Whereas usually on the show, you can just show up and choose one or two girls that you're interested in. You
Yeah.
don't have to. They actually had to care about everybody.
Mm-hmm. But then, like with Jung Hoon, like assuming that we get to see the three best conversations each of these guys had, um, the three we see from him are with Heijin, Yujin, and Xion, and he does end up taking Heijin and Xion to paradise when he gets chosen and gets to pick two. So, assuming the best flirting he does is what we see, he does kind of follow through on it in that way.
Yeah, but who?
Who knows what he
There's a,
said to
you
everybody
said there
else?
was a
I
third.
don't know.
What was the third person that picked Jong Hoon?
Yujin.
Eugen. So Eugen does not get picked. Somebody didn't get picked,
Yujin
but
doesn't
you
get
don't
picked
know. Like
anymore.
if he could
It's
have picked
a
three,
bummer.
would it be had picked Eugen?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Maybe, probably. I don't know. I actually thought it was going to be really messed up if they picked a girl that didn't vote for them. Like I was almost like, shouldn't they only be allowed to pick a girl that voted for them? Like,
Theoretically, they didn't know who voted for them, right? Because it's not like they were calling things out. They
oh,
wrote down
maybe,
stuff and put it in a
yeah,
box. So I don't know what production told them or not. Maybe they went, "Hey, those three women picked you. Maybe consider that when you're choosing for Paradise." It's hard to say.
yeah. Okay. I really think Jong Hoon was aware of that he needed every woman to vote for him. Now that we're
Yeah.
talking about this, he said to Hyejin that he only remembers her name. Do we believe that?
Uh-huh. Yep, yep. And
We
then I
do.
think he said some
Okay.
well, no, I mean I think that's kind of a silly thing. But he also like said to Shion something like, "Oh, you stood out the most," or he says kind of those things to
Yeah, he says a few things like that.
probably everybody.
He also tells Hyejin that she reminds him of a Barbie doll.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that something you want to hear? I guess some people might want to hear that.
I feel
Not a
like
bad thing,
we've
I
heard
guess.
previous seasons people talk about how women looked like a doll, not necessarily a Barbie doll, but I guess
Hmm.
it's supposed to be like some sort of standard of beauty. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What about Kia? What did Kia do? Oh, she think he. Oh yeah, he said that he thinks that Jian should have been to paradise multiple times already.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There you
And I was like, yeah, I also agree.
go. Yeah,
Maybe that's why I
that's why I wrote
wonder.
that down actually, just because I knew you would like that one. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. Whatever. Jong Hoon wins. It's classic 3-2-1 vote for Survivor fans out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that a thing?
That's when you like. It's like when you have only 6 people voting and you need to get majority, but you don't have 4,
Oh,
or like
okay.
you want to vote for somebody that a fourth person won't ever vote for. So you just tell that fourth person that you're all gonna vote for another person, but then you three vote for that person.
Okay.
So that you get them to not vote with the other two, basically.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then
Okay.
it's a majority by a 3-2-1. So
Got it.
classic 3-2-1 vote here.
Okay.
Jung Hoon wins. All right.
And yeah, basically immediately he gets to pick who to go to paradise with, and on these fun awkward double dates, and it's Heijin and Shion.
Okay. They set this up like it came down to Eugen's vote. I mean, theoretically, all their
Yeah,
votes
because
mattered, but
we saw Eugene have a conversation with all three of them, I guess, because just her personality, she's bubbly and like she's always gonna look like she's having a good time, right?
I think it's because
So
they
it
were
was
going to
like,
use her as like the vote decider, is why we saw it. But maybe she did well. She had the best interviews too, or whatever.
yeah, because she like is so charismatic, like she gets along with everybody, so it's easy to like use her in the edit that way.
Yeah. I mean, it is basically she was deciding which guy made it, if you want to look at it that way, and like she probably wasn't going to get picked by them.
Well,
I
there's
don't
no
know.
reason.
Maybe
There's no reason for her to not get picked by these guys. Like
but
everybody
she
else
doesn't know that. Yeah. And
back on Inferno, like won't pick her because of that event, where she got too drunk or whatever, and everything's weird now. But like she did get picked on day one when just like pretty much in a similar situation based on looks alone. So
when
there's no
they knew
reason to
nothing
think
about her, she got picked.
hey, whatever is going on in this island, I still like Yujin. Like I think
You
she's
do?
like
Okay.
a nice, fun, like she's there to have a good time. She's good on like flirting on dates and stuff. And I don't know. I think it's a bummer that like she's basically on the outs with everybody.
I don't hate her, but like I get the uncomfortable vibe that everybody gets from her. I see it. So
Okay.
all right. Where are we?
Oh, we're back on Inferno, and a rogue woman appears. All the guys are just eating, and then she just shows up.
I wrote a good Minsol's guy didn't make it in my notes.
Yeah, that
Wow.
sounds about right for you. Yeah.
I forgot I wrote that down. Since this was what, probably like 200 minutes ago in watching the show. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
All right. It's all about I like yeah, I guess I'm really committed to this Jin Saw and Soul thing. I'm all in.
Yeah,
Whatever it
that seems.
takes.
We'll see how it goes. It doesn't feel like it's
It's gonna
maybe
happen.
boding
I still
well,
feel like
but
it's gonna
okay.
happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay, okay,
All right.
okay.
So we're going. He picks it. He picks Sion and who?
Agent.
Agent. Oh, hey, Agent. Okay. Okay. Back to Inferno, and we get a guys chat because they're only guys on Inferno.
Of course. Nope.
Nope.
I mean, I guess we could do get a guys chat. They are worrying about who the new guy will be, but that's not the guys chat I wanted.
Yeah, they're not talking about the women. They're just talking about what the new guy might be like.
Yeah.
Okay. But then the new woman arrives.
And I wrote, well, Taehwan and Theo have perked right up because at least they are shown as soon as they see her just being
really?
like, oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
But long term, that
It
didn't
would be
really pan
exciting.
out. So
It doesn't even matter who it was; it'd just be exciting.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. All right. This is Halen.
Yeah, she says she is cool, but also very cute and sweet. Her features are that she's tall, and she says she has a great figure, but she's also an outgoing bulldozer. So I don't know if that means she would get along with Theo or not, but they can bulldoze each other. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I wrote like I don't think two bulldozers would like get along with each other. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
right.
seems unlikely.
And yeah, based how she's going to be, I think we can just say that. Yeah, I don't think her and Theo would match up, even though they both use the same terminology to describe themselves.
Yeah, and she really likes to make people blush with her flirting.
Oh,
So,
she said,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's a little bulldozery, I guess. I don't know. She is unique looking at least, right?
Yeah.
Easily the most unique looking on the season out of the women, yeah.
To me, though, she feels like really young, though. I don't know, like.
Well, she tells us she's 24, so is that really young?
Yeah, but like Minsole is 23, and I don't know,
Minsole's
feels
23.
older than yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like the other women are like 25 or whatever, like I don't know. She just feels really young to me.
All right, I'm gonna just spoil my feelings on Halen. I don't like her. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't really like her either.
I was excited to have somebody new, and it seemed like it was going good, and then it didn't take very long for me to be like, yeah, I'm done with this person. Like,
yeah.
And then we found out she's also an aspiring actor.
Yeah, so there goes my any faith in her reasoning for being on the show.
This isn't a real person. Jongsu says she has exotic features, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
He also thinks she might be the most beautiful woman here.
Yeah,
so.
He's like really smitten with her.
He's talking a lot.
I don't know if he's just hyperbolizing or what, but like he's even just gonna talk. We actually get a guys chat between Junso and Jongsu.
And it's just all about her.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing.
I don't know why. I feel like he has to be telling the truth. I don't know, like, if he is just like, this is the only girl around and he's been waiting for a third girl because he kind of seemed like he wished he had gotten a third chocolate at the...
Yeah.
So he's just like, I don't know. I feel like he's all over the place with, like, exaggerating how much he likes somebody, or I don't know. This man's a liar. We're just going to get into that later in these 2 episodes. He's just straight up lying constantly, especially to Sion, who he is most interested in, maybe.
Hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
You can't trust the words that come out of his mouth. Yeah, absolutely.
But Junsu seems really like Halen. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. All the guys get one-on-ones with Halen. This is the best game changer experience ever, though, right? Like, you just show up. All the other women aren't there. You get to talk to all the guys in one-on-ones. We don't get to see all the one-on-ones, but they happened. I'm just going to say they happened.
Yeah. And they don't seem to be, like, limited. Like, like the women had 10 minutes with each of those guys, but she just has like all day to like talk to
I'm sure there was a
them
time
all
limit,
however
but
much
we
she
don't know what
wants.
it was.
Well, no, because later people make a note and say that Soo and Halen spent the most time together
I guess they
talking.
do have all
Like they
day,
talked
yeah.
for a long time. So like they might have
Yeah.
like designated, meet and greet time for one-on-ones, but then after that there's free time and they're just chatting.
Yeah, because they don't go to. They actually don't go. She's gonna get to choose two guys and go to paradise, but they don't go till the following day,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
The timeline was a little wonky because they had to go back and forth, but okay, yeah. So yeah. She gets to show up, talk to all of them, then hang out with them the rest of the day, then choose two of
Mhm.
them, and have like an all-day paradise with two guys.
Yep.
And we don't see it, but like they did this last season, right? Where a girl had two guys, and then they do all sleep in the same hotel room, right? But
Yeah, I
they
can't
didn't show
remember
any. They
exactly
didn't
what
show any
happened
of it.
last season. Yeah, they didn't show any hotel room this time for this one, but there is a reference to it later that like they say all three of them slept in one room.
Yeah. So this is like the best game changer experience. I don't think
Yeah.
like the guy game changers had to a 33% chance of even being on the show, and then I guess they get this. They did get to talk to everybody, but
They didn't get to talk to her, but it was limited and yeah.
yeah,
And like this is a scenario where already like it's uneven between the men and the women, and so it's not like the game changer is filling in and bringing that up to even. It's still
yeah.
this awkward mix
Are they
because
gonna
they've
add
added
another
one of
guy?
each. I don't know.
They used to add more game changers, I feel like, but this cast is way bigger than like season 1 and 2, if I
Yeah,
remember
but
it
we also
correctly.
have a bunch more episodes, right? Well, we're going to
That's
12.
true. It
We're only
actually
halfway
feels like we're
through.
deep into the season and it's only halfway through.
Yeah,
It feels like it feels like a bunch of the other seasons would be like almost done. So who knows what's happening?
hard to say.
Are we gonna see? I guess it depends on their schedules. Are we gonna see Songbo and Kia in season 5?
How that feels
Or are they too
reasonable,
similar?
right?
Like only one of them is gonna make it.
Maybe they have to compete again to get in. Who
Yeah,
knows?
they should. Yeah.
Just they're forever in the game changer rotation until they get picked. They're just gonna
Oh,
show
you
up
think
with
they'll
a
be the
third
game
guy.
changers again?
Maybe I don't know.
I did write down at some point. I'm really glad that Halen is a game changer and she wasn't here the entire time.
But do you think like her coming in as a game changer like gave her a little bit more of a chance to have an attitude and be a little snarky, right? Because I feel like I don't
I
know.
think she would have been the same if she was
You're
there
probably
first.
right.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered.
But like you gotta expect like as a game changer, it's like I don't know. You might feel special having been picked as like the person to come in and disrupt it. Like obviously you're the hot, interesting person or whatever that shows up out of
Yeah, it's
nowhere.
almost like she's a production plant that has acting training.
Yeah,
Almost like
yeah.
that. I
You're
don't
not
know.
wrong.
Jong Hoon is.
He
I don't know.
seems like a normal human.
Jong Hoon
Yeah, I
doesn't
have.
seem like a normal game changer from that respect. Or I don't know. I don't know what the standard is for anymore for like what a game changer needs to be. But Jong Hoon
Mm,
doesn't seem like an like a has like a super extra personality or anything. Or maybe that's just because of the edit or something. But he seems perfectly normal. He could have been here the whole time. I
yeah, yeah,
would have been like, oh yeah,
yeah. Pretty chill.
normal
Yeah.
contestant. Yeah. All right. All right. All the guys get one-on-ones. We do see Soo and Halen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Soo goes pretty hard with the flirting for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He gets pretty corny with it. And then like she asks him about going to paradise, and he's just like, "Oh, I just going like due to circumstances or whatever." He's
Yeah.
starting his whole bullshit vibe of like, "I'm just not gonna say like real answers, just skirt around everything and be as vague
Yeah.
as possible."
Really downplaying it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I wrote down.
I,
I wrote down. Why not say I had some good dates with the other women, but I'm feeling a stronger connection with you.
yeah, like just easy.
It's so much more powerful than being like
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't really have anything going on, and you're here now.
Like especially like with her personality, I 100% feel she would vibe with the like, "Oh, you've changed everything. I'm so into you." Like she'd eat that shit up,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Do better. All right. Also, he's lying though, right? He's at the same time he's lying. It's not even like
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
he
I
says like he
guess
came back as like just close friends with one of them, and I'm like, yeah, of course, 100%. That's the vibe you left off with, yeah. And then that the other person, oh, we're just still getting to know each other. Okay, sure, yeah. I don't know.
yeah, Jung Soo. Jung Soo's the actual villain of the season, right? Like you want it to be Taehyun so bad, but it's Jungsu.
Yeah. It is Jungsu. Yeah,
I'll say this
absolutely.
about Jungsu.
Yeah.
At least I don't know actually know this is true, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say at least this man came on this show to find love. I'm gonna say that because
Oh, okay.
because I I don't think he's doing himself any favors on this show. So I think he's doing whatever he thinks he needs to do to find love because this
Okay.
is a terrible strategy. If he's what was he like a coffee shop owner or something? Like if he's trying to like
Yeah.
promote himself and to like benefit his business.
Yeah.
Is everybody like, oh, let's go check out that Liar's coffee shop? Like, I don't know. I don't know if he's doing himself any favors here.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, frequently people who behave in the way he does do not perceive themselves as such, you know? Like, I don't, he probably thinks that he's the most interesting man in the world or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think he thinks he's doing what he's supposed to do to like win women over.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might. I mean, just being on the show, people might be like, "Oh, that guy was on Singles Inferno," and maybe go check out his shop. I don't know, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I I do feel like this is genuinely him, even though we don't like him. You know.
So he's just out in the world, like doing this to women in his normal life. Yeah, okay.
This is him
Yeah.
trying. Okay.
All right. That
Um,
sucks for him. Okay.
Jungsu, he's got time. Well, actually, he's old. He's older, right? He's like my age.
He is 33.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what am I? Oh, I'm 34. Damn. He's a youngin. Okay.
Such a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, these tiny babies. Okay. So they both. They both Jungsu and Halen both say to each other that they're each other's ideal types
In terms of looks.
in terms of looks. Yeah, specifically in terms of looks.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like this is just a weird thing to say to somebody. Is it not? Because I don't know. This
You are saying you are very attractive to me. You are the most attractive. Like, you check all those boxes.
Yeah. It's just a weird way to phrase it as like my ideal type. I don't know. I guess the ideal type has always felt weird to me whenever they talk about it.
Oh, yeah, that is just
to me, it's
like
almost
a very like culturally Korean thing that, you know,
Yeah,
so it's
I guess
not
so.
weird for
I just feel like it really sets it up to like really make the person feel bad because like you're like, hey, like you are my ideal type in terms of looks, and then like tomorrow you're like not gonna pick them for whatever, and they're like, how bad is my personality that you couldn't pick me and I'm your ideal type?
Oh, I wrote this somewhere, but like Halen says that, you know, one of the guys is her ideal types in terms of look, and one of them is her ideal type personality wise. And it's, you know, Jungsu and Dongho. And I wrote somewhere like, I feel like Jungsu should have an easier job of like like he just has to persuade her that he has a good personality, whereas like Dongho can't persuade her that his face looks exactly like her perfect face, you know?
That's a good point.
And yet, I feel like Jungsu doesn't do the easier task.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how hard it is to act like you have a good personality when you don't.
When you don't, yeah, I guess it's probably pretty hard, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, you can always just hit the gym. I mean, not in the time span of the show, right? But you can always start hitting the gym.
If you have what our classic cat face versus puppy face, like, I don't know, there's not a lot you can do there.
Yeah. Plastic surgery.
That's a room. Well, that is true, but like that feels extreme for
a little bit,
just one person. Yeah, but you know, okay.
All right. I also feel like when I hear the phrase "ideal type," I'm thinking like whenever I hear it, I'm like, or if you're gonna go out of your way to be like, you're my ideal type, I'm almost like hearing that as like you're the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. Like,
yeah,
but I guess that's not really what they're saying, right? They're just kind of like whatever they've decided their type is, even though it's like they could just meet somebody who's not that type and then decide that they like them. I don't know, it's weird, but you know, whatever they've decided their ideal type is, like he's meeting that criteria. Now it could be like it could be a long list of criteria, it could be a short list of criteria, who knows.
That's true.
All right, we also get to see her talk to Dongho.
Yes, because he is her ideal type personality wise.
Okay, she's the one that said it. All right, yeah. She tells me he has the best personality of everyone.
I don't know that I disagree. Like, I think I think no, I think Dong Ho has come for first for me in terms of all these guys. Like I
Wow.
think I
No,
like him the most. He's grown on me and I like him.
I am gonna like him after this, but he's still like I feel like he's still kind of not interesting, but he does seem interesting once like three girls are picking him. But I from what I feel like from like what we're seeing from him and only him on the show, I still feel like he's not maybe it's just not good for TV as much
It
as
might not be
Jigsaw
good for
is.
TV, but
But
like even as far back as his like intro package when they showed him like messing up his lines or whatever, like that was really
oh yeah,
endearing. And then like when you see him talking to Aaron a lot in these two episodes, like he's just is so cute and I it's great, you know. And there's no point at which he makes a decision so far that I'm like, what a dick, you know. He's just
okay.
liking
As
girls
this
and like
everybody else
being
has,
mostly honest.
you implying that everybody else has done that?
Or have done things that have annoyed me, or have just been
Hmm.
neutral. Have not met the cuteness quota in terms of how they behave.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
Okay,
there's a
that I
quota
could
for that.
feel. That I could understand. Yeah, the
And then there's
cuteness quota.
also like it's a balancing act of the cuteness quota and not meeting the been too much of a kind of deceitful jerk quota. You know, you always got to keep those two
Okay.
in the right level. So he's the one that's got the perfect balance right now. No jerk action so far, and just adorable. So
Okay. All right. Jinsaw's the best, but that's fine. We'll get back. We'll get you back there by the end of the season. We're fine.
Ooh, we'll see. We'll
All
see.
right. Oh, this was great. Okay, this is when I really started turning on liking Dong Ho. He said he looked
Uh-huh.
up how to sit like a cool
I
guy before
know.
going on the show.
He's so adorable.
This is where I wrote down. Okay, I might be becoming a Dong Ho fan. I might
Yeah,
be.
he's great.
He's like they're painting him. I guess he is, but he's like the nerdy guy of the season. I guess as
Yeah,
much as
yeah.
what I mean, you barely have to be nerdy to be the nerdiest guy on most of
He
these
just he
seasons. But
likes math, you know. He's a hot accountant is what it is.
yeah, yeah. They do seem very cute together. At this point, I was
Hmm.
like, "Go Dongo, new girl,
Yeah.
got her." I even said I'm rooting for these two. That's not going to be the case later.
But that's less to do with Dong Ho, I imagine.
She did seem more comfortable being like the outgoing person in the conversation. So she
Hmm.
basically got to like lead Dong Ho through a conversation. It felt like
Yeah, yeah.
bulldozer style.
They kind of balance each other out. Yeah.
All right, they go to paradise, or we have to go. Oh, we have to go to the
We first
Jong
have to
Ho's
do other
paradise.
paradise. Yeah.
Yeah, Jong Ho's paradise.
Dong Hoon.
Jong Hoon.
Yeah.
Fix my notes. Okay, here we go. How old is Jong Hoon?
He is 32 and he owns a restaurant that is actually two restaurants, I guess. One is a Hong Kong fusion pub and the other is a Japanese inspired pub. So there we go. A man who maybe cooks. I don't know that we know that he cooks. He might just own them. I don't know.
I feel like they showed him. Did they show him cooking or just in the kitchen? I forget.
I feel like they just showed him there. I don't. He might have been holding food. I don't know that he was cooking food. I don't remember now.
We first see him with Sion. She's
Mm-hmm.
26.
Yes.
So what, 6 years? Yeah. He's wearing glasses. I decided just to write
Mm-hmm.
down anytime anybody's wearing glasses. Ever since Hyejin wasn't wearing glasses, I
Okay.
was like, look at all these people wearing glasses. Why isn't Hyejin wearing glasses?
Okay. Interesting.
This is where I finally wrote. Jung Hoon seems good at complimenting women. Complimenting women.
Yes.
So we saw him with. Well, he said a nice enough things to get 3 votes. Was enough, and
Mm-hmm.
then he keeps it up here. But he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty likable. I think, right?
Yeah.
Soft
Yeah.
spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Seems
he's
decent conversationalist.
he said he was most excited to talk to Sion. I guess that's going to add up.
Yes.
He is going to pick her in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to match. Anything else from this? They kind
I
of they
guess
kind
then
of
I
get through this quickly.
yeah, it's there's not a lot there. But he says it was a bit awkward at first, but then they got comfortable and it was really fun.
Nice. Okay. And then his date with Hyejin. These are both hotel dates, right?
I think they're
Or they're both
both
restaurant.
restaurant
He eats two
dates.
dinners. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. He has
Hmm.
two dinners.
I think it might be dinner and then like drinks with snacks, the way that all drinks come with snacks
Hmm.
in Korea, I guess.
Would it have been so bad if they just kind of had like a group date and they all got to talk about their ages? Like, it's the women finding out things about the other women.
Oh,
I guess it's less intimate. I don't know. I feel like it might be more fun to watch.
I think that would be an
Could be
interesting dynamic to
awkward.
bring to it to see what
At
happens.
least try it. At least try
And
it
they could at
once,
least
maybe.
they spend, a decent amount of time. They could have part of the date be a group date, and then later they could go do separate things or whatever.
Yeah. I guess they probably stayed in the same room also, though. And I guess that's the part is supposed to be like, okay, they do come together and there is like,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess in
I
both
guess it's never
cases,
interesting
yeah, in
that they
both
want to
cases
show it, I guess.
the show thought it was not interesting enough to show us.
I guess.
It's
Yeah.
partially because I guess I mean is Jong Hoon's path here, at least so far, just seems like he's kind of picked Sion, and although I feel like he might get back to Hyejin at some point, maybe. Hyejin's not really doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, agents theoretically abandoned Jungsu, so she should be a free agent.
Yeah, Jong Hoon's gonna pick Sion over Hyejin when he has to choose between the two of them, but it seems like there's plenty of time in the show for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it to fall back to Hyejin, so maybe we'll see more of Jong Hoon in later episodes. Uh, he says Hyejin is the most beautiful woman, but didn't pick her. So again, what does it say about
Yeah.
Hyejin?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I think I wrote like, yeah, sounds pretty similar to what he said to Shion about how she like stood out amongst all the women, but based on her looks or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I did write down he's like so smooth it's suspicious though.
Suspicious?
I don't know. I was like he's a little too good at this.
Meaning, like, what's the
I don't
implication?
know. Now I realize now that he just needed to get as many women to vote for him as possible. But he's still good at it
Mm.
later. I don't know. I guess, I'm worried what I guess I was like worried what he would be like when he's not happy. I don't know. I don't know what. It was just weird.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know. I got like a little bit of a
Mm. Like, we're seeing the
he's
very
good.
polished
Yeah, like this
practice
is like
version of him.
yeah, like he looks like he's done this before. I don't know.
Yeah, he's 32. I would hope he's gone on some dates before. That's okay.
Okay. Maybe he's a little calculated. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
In the bad sense. I don't know. All right. Day 5.
I wrote, I guess all the women got to sleep in the hotel and not have to have a date with a man. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, they didn't
We
like
just
send
got
the
to
other
hang
4
out.
women home.
Yeah.
And like I guess they didn't want them to like interrupt Agent stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna
So
take
they
a
just
long
got to have a
time. It's
nice
gonna take
night.
a really long time for all the women to meet Heijin.
Yeah.
Because she shows up while they're not there. Then they spend an entire another day without her.
Mm-hmm.
So Heijin doesn't meet the women until like what 2 days,
Day
almost
6.
2 days after she joins the show.
Yeah.
That's really
I
weird.
guess it's at the end of,
Day and a half. I don't know.
something like that.
Yeah. All right. We're back to Inferno day 5. Junsaw is waiting for Xian and Minsol to come back. All right. So he's kind of, Eugen's off the table.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
Theo is waiting for Xian. Consistency from Theo.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 girls arrive that didn't get picked by Donghoon.
I feel like we get a lot of Junso paying a lot of attention to Minsol here when Shion isn't around. So, in the absence of Shion, he's still fairly interested in her, I guess.
Oh, Minsol and sorry, I was trying to figure out what my notes were saying. Minsol and Junsaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Minsol comes back, but not Xian.
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay. But Minsol notices that Jinsol is happy to see her. We're doing it. We're here. We're doing it.
Until Shion comes back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're doing it for now.
He doesn't ignore her when Sia comes back. Well, we can discuss what they showed us, but yeah. Okay. And this is where we find out that Halen picked Dongho and Jinsol because they're not there, right?
Yeah, and they apparently left even before some of the other guys woke up
Early
in the morning or
morning,
something.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the 4 girls come back, but there's only 3 guys on Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Dongho, make it to paradise. Go. All right.
But Arin is sad because she wanted to talk to him.
But Arin is gonna get another day without Dongho. She really screwed up picking Theo on that first.
Mm-hmm.
Really, their entire life paths changed because of that decision.
No, we'll talk about getting back around to finding each other again. They do manage to...
I guess they do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been the most regrettable decision of her entire life. if they didn't come back, but yeah, okay. All right, then Jonghoon and the 2 girls Theon and Hyejin come back.
Yes.
Junsaw, I have a quote from Junsaw here
This is great.
about, oh yeah, no, this made me laugh. Oh my god, this was, how is this not your favorite, man?
This
Okay.
is such a dumb thing. This
No,
is
this
like
is
there are.
so good.
Go
Okay.
ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Junsaw says after seeing Jung-ho come up for the first time, he says in confessional, he has a great physique. If I had to face off against him, I'd probably lose. So I have to be cautious. That is amazing. That's so good. It's
Is
so
it?
good
Is
contrasted with Junsaw, no, Jongsu and Theo's confessionals, which are just like, I'm a tough guy. I'm not worried about this extra guy coming in.
it?
And then they cut to Junsaw. He's like, no, let's talk. Let's be for reals about this. This man's fucking looks great. And he could kick my ass in a contest.
I guess. Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know.
let's be smart about what we do out here.
I guess it is a fair train of thought in the context of the show where you are going to have to compete with people. Yeah. But the moment, like, your first thought when you see somebody is sizing them up, like, feels bad to me, but it makes sense in the context of the show. So I won't hold
Yeah,
that
they
against it.
literally might have to wrestle each other in a
Yeah. Yeah.
pit
Yeah. That's
later
what I'm.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God,
not
I hope they
crazy.
don't bring the fight pit back. I hate the fight pit.
No, that's I just like that, he doesn't have to act like, nah, I'm not worried about this guy. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
actually he didn't even
That's
say
fair.
he was worried about him and like he's gonna beat me romantically or whatever you want to call it. He just like
Yeah.
actually was
He's just
like, well, we might have
literally
to
worried
wrestle
about
and he's gonna
challenge.
beat me. Yeah. Yeah, I love the awareness and the willingness to admit when somebody has you beat versus these other guys.
That's
Jinsaw's the
fair.
best. Yeah.
Yeah, what do we get from Taekwon is not worried because they have totally different attractive
Oh
qualities,
yeah.
so it won't overlap. And I'm like, yes, no woman could like
Yeah.
two different things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't understand this ideal type thing. It's like
Fair.
it's not, they almost talk about it, and it's even the way Taehwan is like, it's like there's some sort of like survey you have to fill out, and it's like, what's your ideal type? And then once you fill out that survey, you're like, you cannot be romantic with
Mm.
anybody that does not fall within the criteria.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, if you look at the odds of the criteria that we filled out, we don't really overlap that much, so there shouldn't be so much competition between him and I. That's like
Yeah,
really
it
another way of
is.
saying, yeah, he would destroy me if we brought a compare, so let's not compare you to each other. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we don't have to. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, I also read that it's like Jinsaw's on Survivor, and he's like deciding who he has to vote out next, and he's like, this Jinsaw John Hoon might be a problem. We might have to do something about this. We should be cautious. Yeah. No, that was one of the best
Mhm.
lines in single Inferno history. No,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
are
I don't
in
remember
deep
all
for
the
this
lines. I
guy.
don't remember all the lines. Probably is. All right. um, Sion is jealous that Jongsu is in paradise with somebody else. So
Yeah, what happened
yeah,
to she
what?
was over
What happened?
him
I
and
thought
whatever? It's
I thought we were
just
past this.
nope, nope. We're right back in it, and I feel like we're always gonna be right back in it.
Yeah, but this is time for Junsaw to make his move though. Watch out.
Yeah, his move was mostly just staring at her during lunch,
No, no,
right?
no, no,
That's
no,
that's
no.
what it was.
He got her paper towels.
Yeah,
Pay attention. This is
that
serious.
is that is true. He did get her paper towels, and then he stared at her. Yep.
Yeah, it's important. Oh, this is an
Okay. Okay.
incredible. Wait, is this the awkward? No, this must be the awkward.
No, no, that's dinner. I think is the.
Okay, there's a thing with Theo and a glass slater that's just also
Oh, oh
incredible.
yeah, yeah. It is.
Oh, they have a pool party next though.
Uh-huh.
This was great.
Why is Shion wearing shorts and jean shorts in the pool? Like none of these women have normal swimsuits. Like they're always wearing pants. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think they just don't want to wear their swimsuits or bikinis or whatever they have like on camera. I don't think there's like a
I guess. But
yeah.
like
Usually we have a
jean
couple,
shorts of all things, like a couple of them were wearing jean shorts in the game that they play later.
but they look
And I'm
cute
like,
though. Come on,
but like
I don't know. I don't
wet
remember. I actually don't
jeans
remember at all.
are so uncomfortable. I mean, I know they're still shorts, but ugh, I don't know. Anyway, I get distracted anytime
Yeah.
the jean
Oh,
shorts
I
go in the
did
pool.
notice. Is it Jongsu had the long shorts, the long swim? trunks or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
they are.
yeah.
I did
Uh-huh.
notice them this time since you pointed them
They're
out.
so long.
Yeah. Uh, they did look very long.
I have a lot of problems with shorts and water this season, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so we get a montage of Shion and Junso just flirting in a pool. It's pretty much.
Mostly, it's a little bit of like Junsaw versus Theo with Sion in the water, though. It's like a little bit. Now they
I feel like
highlight
Theo's
Junsaw more.
barely there. Yeah.
They highlight Junsaw more because the other part of the scene is like Minsol's not in the water and she's like watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more the scene is more centered around Junsaw and like
Yeah.
Minsol getting jealous. But also like I wrote my notes like, get in the water, Minsol. What are you doing?
Yeah. 100%.
Maybe she doesn't
Like,
like
go get your
water.
man if this is what you want. Get in the
Yeah, I
water.
was like, yeah, she doesn't get in the water. But at the same time,
Does not.
they did show like Junsaw coming over to talk to her, like teasing her a little bit or something. Like
Yeah. It did seem
I don't think it
related
was
to
like
the face she was making because she was mad.
I don't know. I didn't like interpret this whole scene or the other scenes as like Junsaw has totally forgotten about Minsol and is only
Oh,
focused on
yeah,
Sia
yeah.
now. It doesn't seem like that at all, right?
No, this is
Yeah.
not what put me in. It's
Oh, okay.
what he says later when he's
Okay.
just like,
I
I'm
don't know.
interested in this other woman.
Okay. What's
you know, we'll get there.
what's wrong with that? Okay.
We'll get there.
All right. Then they have dinner. Oh, this is the dinner. Okay, yes, here we go.
Yes.
Is there a thing with like John? Okay, I tell me if I am putting too much together and this didn't actually happen. But is there a thing with Jinsaw's bowl of food where like did Minsol like fill up his bowl, but then they sit down to eat and then they're like, "Who filled this bowl? There's not enough food in it." And then Sion like gets up to put more food in his bowl.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this
I
what
don't
happened?
know. I didn't see the Minsole side of it. I
Yeah, I
did
was
see. So
wondering if
first,
Minsol did anything.
first Shion is dishing out rice, and she dishes out a fuck ton for Junso, right? And then we get what Theo comes back with his bowl, and he's like, "Please more rice," and makes a pouty face, and that's actually adorable. But also this whole thing is petty and weird. Um,
Well, yeah.
and then he does the thing where he scoops her a bowl of soup, and it's just the parts she likes, right?
Yeah.
And
The
then
gross
is when we
parts,
have
but yeah.
Junso doesn't have much in his soup bowl, and she just like takes it with him to go get him more soup, and
So,
like
oh,
she's totally
okay.
ignoring Theo. I don't know the origin of Junso's soup though.
Oh, okay,
I don't know
okay.
who got him soup
I
first.
think I like added more onto the story than there was. Yeah. So
I mean, maybe I just missed it. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I was more focused on
I think I
the.
like thought I missed it, and then I assumed that's what happened, and I was like, oh, Sarah will remember. So I didn't go back and watch it.
Okay.
But if you didn't notice it, I feel like it wasn't in there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the scene was more of like, oh, Sion's like serving both guys, and then Minsol's just looking jealous again. That was like
Well,
basically the scene.
it's more what I saw was more like Shion is choosing to interact with Junso. Theo is trying to get in there, and it's not really being seen because she is focused on Junso right now. Is how I read
Oh,
this
okay,
scene.
okay. I thought there was like an extra layer of like upsetness on Minsol's side where like she thought she did a nice thing of like getting Junsaw some food, and then they were like, "Who got this food? It's not enough." And then Sion had to like correct her mistake or something.
Was she the
I
one
don't
waiting
know.
by
I
the
think that didn't
soup
happen.
bowl when Theo was scooping out a whole bunch, and she's just like, "Oh, you really like the ham or whatever," and like, because he just kept going to dig out the quote unquote good parts that he was searching for, and she
Was
gave him
that
shit about that.
Minsol was watching
I don't
Theo
know if
do
it was
that?
Minsole.
I don't know. Minsol's gonna randomly choose Theo for the thing later because she knew that Junsaw
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
gonna pick her. I don't know if that was like supposed to be a clue to that, or I don't know. That was just like a
Yeah, I'm
random
not sure.
interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then watch out. Junsaw gets the kimchi for Sion. This is 2 times this season that the kimchi has come into play.
Yep, yep. But then we have Jong Hoon also like steps
This
in it
this is a great
in that
sequence.
he gets a bunch of napkins and then he only gives them to Shion and Heijin. And then
Awkwardly.
yeah, uh-huh. And then I think somebody says something about it. He's like, "Oh, you're the only two I could reach," or
Sion
whatever.
said something about it.
Yeah. And then Theo, sitting next to Shion, just like moves her close a centimeter close, or her cup a centimeter closer, just to be like, "Yeah, I can help too."
I can move stuff.
This whole sequence is
I
just
don't know if like that
silly.
happened in that order, but the way the show showed it was amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
It
awkward.
was It's just like these guys are all being so extra about her right now, and it's
Yeah.
absurd.
Maybe she was like coughing and he like moved the water to be like drink this without saying drink the water. Like who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows why he actually moved the glass, but they showed it as if like he was like I'm not doing anything for her. What should I do? What should I do? And then he just moves
Yeah.
that glass an inch closer.
And
It's like
also, everything they show, it just seems like she's not really noticing anyone but Junsu, right? Or Junso, right? Like,
Jinsaw, yeah.
that's how
I guess I
it
wasn't
looks to
really
me.
interpreting it that way, but I guess that was now that I know like the end of the story in episode 6, it kind of feels
Hmm.
like okay, that's what they were trying to show us here. But I wasn't like I didn't look at this scene and like take a lot from it in terms of like she was making a big
Yeah.
well not decision, but like she was showing a heavy amount of favoritism to any guy. I didn't really see it like that at all.
Well, it is
She
confusing
she was
because
just
later when they
existing.
finally talk, like she seems to not have been aware that he was into her. So this is probably just an editing thing, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like I believe her on that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because she chose him. Yeah, we're gonna see more later, but like she chose him for the coffee date, and then
Right.
she must
Hmm.
have felt like it was nice, but nothing romantic wise.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he feels good enough about her, and from his perspective, it's like, well, she chose me for the coffee thing, and it felt like it went well. So why wouldn't I?
Right.
Why wouldn't I
Hmm.
at least talk to her again? You know.
Yeah.
But all right, amazing dinner sequence. We've actually been like, I don't know if they're cooking on this season
It
or
very
the
much
cooking
looked like
is
they
not
came from
interesting.
the pool and there was soup
Yeah,
already
I don't think they're
boiling for
cooking,
them.
but we haven't really like season 1, season 2, like cooking night 1 dinner is like was a huge scene
Yeah.
in episode 1 and 2,
Hmm.
and now partially because they didn't have them all together in the beginning, I guess, but
Yeah, that's true.
the show has decided that like showing I think the show is better at this season at just being like almost shamelessly just being like these are the interactions that matter for the story.
Yeah.
Don't we don't need to like put a bunch of filler even though the episode's really long. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
like there's a ton of filler.
Yeah. And you know, every other like Korean dating show starts with everybody cooking together, so I'm fine with let's switching it up on this one, you know?
Yeah, and grocery shopping. Don't forget
Yes.
about the grocery shopping. Yeah.
Well, hard to grocery shop on Inferno, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Jinsaw's gonna ask to talk to Sion. There's a weird interaction here with here because I felt like Jinsaw was asking to talk to Sion, but then Sion, I guess he said like, "Would you want to talk to me?" Or instead of being like, "Let's go talk," or I don't know. She called him out for not asking manly enough or something. It was weird, right? Am I remembering this right?
Maybe? I thought doesn't she go to talk with Theo first?
Yeah, yeah. So, but Junsal says something to her
Oh.
about talking, and then she does have a weird reaction. Like it almost made me feel like she was thinking about Junsal because she's gonna like be a little like what like I don't know. She didn't just be like, "Oh yeah, we can talk later," but I'm talking. But Theo already asked me. I don't know. It
Mm.
was weird. It felt like Theo already asked her to talk, and then Junsal asked her, and then so she went and talked to Theo first.
Maybe
But there
this
was something
plays
weird about
into
how
the
they
part
interacted. I don't know.
where maybe this plays into the part where she didn't actually think there was anything between them, and so like she wasn't prioritizing talking to him because like she's on a dating show. I don't know.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm not remembering the scene correctly since you don't remember it. But I feel like she responded to him, in my opinion, asking her. Maybe he was using the phrasing she didn't like the way he said it or something. But like
Oh yeah, he does have a
he,
particular way of speaking.
I felt
Yeah,
like he was essentially asking her if she wanted to talk, and then she kind of
like brush it off,
she didn't brush it. She
or
said like, if you want to talk to me, like say you want to or something like that.
mm. Yeah, I do kind of remember that now. Yeah.
But that made me feel like, oh, she wishes that Junsal had asked her first, and that's why she's being that way.
Uh
Because but now she has to go talk to Theo first because he didn't like he wasn't more
yeah. Okay.
he didn't do it earlier. I don't know. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I interpreted it, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't actually fully understand how Sion feels about Junsal,
Yeah.
but
Well, it's
that's
hard
the end of
because
it. The
she
end of these two
only ever.
episodes is her picking him, right? So
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so it's hard to know how she feels about him because she's only ever talking about how she feels about Jongsu, you know?
now, okay, what definitely could be the case is that she did like Junsaw, picked him for coffee, still liked him, but felt like he didn't like her that much or something, and then she
Mm.
like chose to at least show like she internalized that as like, oh, he's not into me, so I am not gonna like pursue him anymore.
Maybe.
Which is, I guess, is normal. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But so like she is surprised that he actually does like her, and maybe she still liked him the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to say. I got a lot of Boston translation stuff here maybe
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Um so she's gonna talk to Theo first.
And I feel like he does his best to make this cute as hell, right? He brings his hoodie out for her in a way that's like, girlfriends take hoodies. If I make her take my hoodie, she will be my girlfriend. They watch the
That's how
sunset together.
you
And
don't
he
think it was
like,
actually that cold? Did she say she was cold? Did he wait for
I
that,
don't
or
think
just like, you must be cold here?
like I feel like he brought two hoodies for her and was just like, I don't know, gonna
Just
be
in
like,
case.
here, these are yours now or something. I don't know. But then like apparently while she was gone, he like ripped some fake flowers off of the set dressing and like made a little ring for her. Like, I don't know. He's being
It was good.
actually like sweet and like almost like a normal human. It's kind of cute.
Well, you know, it was cute. I wouldn't say he was acting like a normal human,
I said
but
almost, almost.
yeah. No, he definitely did a cute thing. They actually show him he got flowers from somewhere, and then he used nail clippers,
Yeah.
and he claims that he like was super detailed and made sure there was no like prickly things. He had to like trim down the
Mm-hmm.
stem. Yeah. It seemed like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was not nothing. Which, I mean, if you're only
Yeah.
interested in one girl in these seasons, I think you have a lot of downtime. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
especially the girl that is trying to talk to like, or like four guys are trying to
Yeah.
talk to.
When
You
you
have a
are
lot of
only
downtime.
into the most popular woman, yes,
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
yeah. Theo is a good like if Cian doesn't end up picking him in the end,
Mm-hmm.
Theo is, I would say, is like doing really good with the role of like the guy that is interested in the girl but isn't gonna get picked. You know?
Yeah. And I think like as corny as he is, coming across well where like people outside of the show will like him, like as much as Jotsu is doing like the bad version of that where it's like, why that's not gonna benefit you at all in the future. I feel like he's at least, future dating, people can look at this and be like, I mean, he's intense, but if you like that kind of thing, he's got his shit
Oh
together.
yeah. I mean, anybody honestly, like I think we talked about this before, like at least maybe last season, I forget, but like it it is kind of a good look to like just go on the show and pick one person and just
Mm-hmm.
see if it works out,
Yeah.
because you can't look bad that way, right? If anything,
Well, you
people might
can
feel
look bad to
bad.
me.
What?
If you endlessly follow a person to the end and like you know how I
Well,
have a
if
problem
you
with
do
that
it,
being a
yeah. I mean,
storyline,
if you
but
do it in like,
yeah.
there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, you find somebody that has like expressed interest in you, and then you like
Mhm.
commit to that person,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that's the way to never look bad on the show.
Mhm.
Because if you ever like kind of admit like you're choosing between two, there's like always a risk that you look like you're like calculated or
Yeah.
scheming or
Uh-huh.
whatever, even though it's perfectly normal to just be like, I barely met these girls or guys. I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to both, like a couple of
The
them, and then
the
decide.
key
But
to waffling between people and coming out looking good is always the, oh no, I'm so distressed by having to make this choice. You have to portray it that way instead of like, oh no, yeah, I'm interested in a couple people. You have to be really upset about
or you just be Jungsu, Jinsol. You just be
it.
Jinsol, which is you
Yeah,
just
we'll
tell the
see.
truth
We'll
all the
see.
time.
I
And I think you're amazing. I mean, if you want to please
points
me.
points for telling the truth, but I don't know. You kind of we'll see. We'll see. I don't
All
know.
right. Um,
But I do like my read on this whole Theo Shion situation is that like she feels like she should like this guy because he is the things that you want in many ways and like he's dedicated to just her. He's being very sweet. Sure, he's kind of over the top, but he does make her laugh. But like ultimately she's still just hung up on Jungsu. So like she's trying to like him, but I don't like she's never gonna pick him, right?
yeah, I wrote in my notes. Yeah, I think what you're saying is definitely true. Yeah, I wrote in my notes like I feel like she's interested in other guys, but is still enjoying the attention from Theo, which I can't blame
Mm-hmm.
her. But yeah, I think what you're saying is even more interesting, where like she Basically Theo is checking every box on
Yeah.
what a like stereotypical romantic like again she was the one that came on the show. It's like I want a fiery romance or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like
He
Theo is
is
giving her that,
giving that. Yeah.
right? But either like I don't know if she isn't feeling Theo that much or she's interpreting her like jealousy whenever Jongsu goes with other women as like, oh, maybe I have feelings for him because I'm feeling jealous. But at the same
Yeah.
time, she might just be a jealous person. I don't know. Like, I don't know if like I don't know if, like I don't really like when people use jealousy to like determine whether they like somebody or not.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is a tough choice between Jungsu and Theo. I'm now like fully Team Theo, but
Yeah, yeah.
only because Jungsu's worse. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, it's a good point. Like as much as I think Theo in the first 4 episodes, I think Theo was a lot of like he would do something and then he would in the confessionals he would kind of try to backtrack it and make it look like he didn't do anything sus or calculated or
Yeah, yeah.
suspicious the whole
Uh-huh.
time. Yeah, like he's I only care about Sion. At this point, I actually believe him that
Yeah.
he at this point in the show he is only about Sion,
Mhm.
and at like it's hard to really have a problem with the guy at this point. He's chosen his person. That person is at least interested in him, and so it's hard to critique
Yeah.
him much anymore at this point.
And you can see her like being really touched by the things he says, or that he would like this little flower ring, just of him being thoughtful. Like you can kind of see it like draw her back in, but like it's just not sticking. It seems, you know, like when they are together in these alone little moments, it seems very plausible that they're gonna get together. But the moment she's around anybody else, it doesn't seem like it's
Yeah,
gonna work out. You know.
yeah. We'll talk about her decision at the end of this. I think it's interesting. Um, all right. I have Jian and Taehwan talk. Uh, they're just flirting really hard with each other.
Yeah, they seem to
I,
be getting along pretty
I wrote.
well.
I feel like I don't identify with either of them, but I can see that they are definitely vibing with each other. So I'm just happy for them, regardless of how I feel,
Yeah.
whether I feel about them. I feel like Gian, I really don't know. Taehwan, we've seen maybe some sus stuff, but
Yeah.
Gian seems cool with it, so it's whatever.
Well, he's been fine, like in person, right? All the sus things we've seen have been in confessionals. Other than his complete inability to stand on a log and help a woman get across it. Um,
He didn't
on
fall
the
in
island,
though.
he's been fine. He didn't fall in, but he did make it the most awkward. Um,
Damn.
but yeah, other than that.
Um, yeah. I mean, like he isn't telling us the same way Theo is, where he's like, I'm committed to this one person. But the story of
Mhm.
Taehwan on the show now is like, oh, it's Jiyoung and Taehwan,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so at this point, I don't think Taehwan's really gonna do anything unless he does some weird stuff at Paradise, like if he fulls go Guanhee or something. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
like if he's only going to be interested in Jiyoung this rest of the show, and Jiyoung's only going to be interested in him, there's not going
Yeah,
to
we're
be a
not gonna
lot
hear
of
much.
like.
Yeah.
It's not as interesting to talk about, at least, right? Because there's nothing for us
Right.
to be like, ooh, this guy's being suspicious, or I like him, or I don't know. They're just like,
Yeah,
okay, they
yeah.
found each other. I'm happy.
Hmm.
And chances are the show's going to give us a couple moments, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
the main
I
story.
predict their Paradise Date is not gonna get a lot of airtime, you know?
Yeah, they might be like one of the higher percent chances of like maybe being a couple, though. I don't know. What do you think?
What, like a real couple?
I don't know. Are they
I don't
vibing that
know.
hard? Are they vibing that hard?
But in a lot of ways it feels like oops, this is what's left, sort of. Like they are vibing, but it is also like he had no interest in anyone else. She wasn't getting any attention from anybody else. So okay. And maybe that's real. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
hard
I
to
mean, if
say.
this was like season one of the show or like the first show we ever watched, like that's exactly how I would see it, right? But I've
Uh-huh.
seen so many times where the leftovers don't give a shit about each other. Like they're not here to just
That's true.
like settle for the person that they weren't interested in, right?
Well, but there's a difference between just leftovers and leftovers who are hyper focused on somebody else who's not a leftover, because those folks never settle, right? They remain hyper focused.
Yeah, but in plenty of seasons, like like there's definitely leftovers that
Aren't into anybody at all and are
aren't.
just
I
chilling.
mean, you could say they're hyper focused, but yeah, I mean, like that's the story of the leftover people is always going to be like they've decided to just choose their person and they
Mm,
know they're going to lose. But that's, I mean,
yeah.
what are they supposed to do? Most people take that route instead of doing what they're doing. Although, to be fair though, like they didn't meet each other until like day 3, and once they
That's
did
true.
meet each
Yeah.
other, it didn't take that long. So
That's true.
I don't know. Like if they had seen each other day 1, maybe they would have had the same chemistry. Who knows?
Yeah. It is hard to say given like how little screen time we get with them so far, and I may have some leftover bias um against Taiwan just rolling around here that I still gotta get over. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
It also would have been interesting because like there's also a good chance that like say this was like season 1 or 2 and they had to like do matching from the beginning. There's a good chance that like
Hmm.
Ji Young and Taehwan might not have matched, and then that could
Uh-huh.
have totally changed their dynamic in terms of eventually ending up together. But they didn't really
Oh
have the
yeah.
opportunity to not pick each other either.
Hmm.
So like from their perspective, like they have that like classic romance story of like we
Oh
picked
yeah.
each other the moment we
First
saw each other,
sight,
the
yeah.
first
Hmm.
sight, we the moment we saw each other. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about how
Yeah.
the different production mechanics can like dictate any comment like comment. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think they do matter in terms of changing who ends up with who on the show. It's not
Oh
like
yeah.
it's not like these two people are destined if they ever
Oh
met each
yeah.
other to end up together. Even in a 10-day span where they only have a limited choice, I feel like production's decisions are changing the paths for these people.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Junsol and Minsol, let's go.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. These two
Go
are just
ahead,
the
tell me.
best, right, sir?
Go ahead and tell me your tale.
What?
Do your Jutsu
Okay.
podcast. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. The next thing I wrote was Junsol gets turned on by how quickly Minsol gets herself ready.
Yeah,
that
that's
that's
not a
hot. That's
great
hot.
that's like the I would not love hearing that. That would be like this is the dumbest shit and also maybe a little insulting. I don't know. This is
Is it?
not.
Well, it's definitely not insulting. I can see it. It's not a compliment too, though.
But it is a lot of one of those things that feels like, "Oh, you're not like other girls," which is gross. I hate that.
Okay. I mean, if she literally, he's critiquing like her habits or something, right?
He is
I don't think he's throwing the other
talking
women under the
about a
bus.
it is one of those like subconscious like things where he is taking a thing that is stereotypically considered female, which is taking a while to get ready, and saying, "Ugh, that's gross. I don't like it. I like you because you don't do it. You're not like what quote unquote women do." You know, it feels bad to me. I don't love it.
I don't think he's phrased it or meant it in any way that you are describing, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a conscious thing. I'm just saying there's
Okay.
an undercurrent current of that
This feels very
I don't
personal, Sarah.
love.
Do you have a story to tell?
No,
You
I
don't?
just
Okay.
don't like
Feels very
it
personal to
when
you.
people put down women
Okay.
or the concept of things that are quote
Wow.
unquote feminine. You
I
know,
didn't
like I
think he was
don't.
putting down anybody.
Not on. I mean, but in a way, was he not like shitting on what Eugene took forever on their first date? You know,
In
to get ready in the
retrospect, yeah.
morning. Like, is he not? Is he not shitting on quote unquote all other women who take too long getting ready or whatever? And it's also definitely not a compliment. Like, it's just a nothing at best.
I mean, it's only a compliment if you pride yourself on it, right? Like some people might pride themselves on not having to take long to get ready. I know that's a thing that some people
Is
have.
that a thing?
For
Why
sure,
is
some
that a
people have
thing?
that.
In what way is that a thing?
It's a useful skill. What do you mean? I don't need. It doesn't take me forever to like have to leave the house. It's a skill.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't like
This has
it.
gone in a weird direction.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like something you say to somebody and you think that you're like they're gonna think this is the most amazing comment ever. I think you just like this is literally something he's thought about and he's just saying it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something that it at least slightly matters to him,
Okay.
and he
Well,
thought it's interesting enough
regardless,
to say it. I don't know. It's like
it
whatever.
turned me off. I didn't enjoy it. And there's also
Okay.
like something else he said where like when they were joking about drinking or whatever, he says some bullshit about real men don't back down, and I'm just like any of this like slightly
Wait, when was
machismo
that?
bullshit.
I don't
I think
remember
it
that
was
at
just
all.
like because right now during this scene he's pretty drunk, right? Like he's been
I don't
drinking.
know.
He's
I
at least
can't tell.
tipsy.
I can't
Oh
tell.
no, 100%. This man has been drinking and is a little yeah.
Okay.
Um, and I forget at what point because I didn't write the note down when it happened. I just remembered it when he said this and being like, oh, maybe I am starting to not like this guy. It was just another thing he said that I'm just like, I don't love it. Like nothing so
What
far
was the
is big
context? You
enough to
don't even
be
remember what the
like.
context was?
The context was like something about he had a drink and he had to finish it or whatever. And I think like it might have been Minsel was like, oh, you're really finishing that drink or something along the lines. And he's just like,
It
well,
was about
yeah,
finishing a drink. I thought you were
yeah,
gonna say it's about like pursuing one of the women or something.
no, no, no. It's not this really overtly like super gross thing. It's just like this concept of like I don't know, there's that macho bullshit ingrained in there that just, turns me off.
Okay.
Again, I'm not saying I'm out on him or anything. There's just these little things that are making me think maybe I'm not going to like this guy long term, I don't know.
Okay.
That's all.
It's also the
I
guy
mean, that's
who
not all. There's other things.
was willing to admit this other man hasn't beat. No, so I don't I totally
Yeah, that
disagree with this.
that
Like
didn't that didn't hit me as a big thing either. I was like whatever about that.
I mean I
So,
didn't think it was a huge thing. I just thought it was interesting. Like contrast him compared to all the other men on the season, and it's like
okay.
he's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
least like macho bullshit guy out of all of them by far, in my opinion. Well, maybe
Okay.
Dong Ho, maybe I guess.
Yeah, Dong Ho is far less.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the
far. I wouldn't say
least.
far less. I mean, we don't have a confession with Dong Ho being like, "Oh, these other guys, man, they looking good," or you know.
Okay,
All
okay.
right, all right. Well, weird.
But then, okay, so he also like in this scene like tells Vinsol that he was thinking about her and worried that she was quiet at lunch, and she's just like, "Well, I thought you were busy with somebody else," and it's like, I mean, he totally was just focused on Shion the whole time. Like I feel like he was just staring at her, but okay, I don't know. And then
That's
the
the edit. That's
moment,
the edit we saw, but
well, yeah, that's
there were,
true.
I don't know.
That's
I
absolutely
don't
true.
think he was ignoring her.
But what is absolutely true is that like Minsel asks him now, like if he wants to talk to anybody else before he leaves, and he's like Shion, which honesty, fine, yeah. And she says something like, "Yeah, you should go to talk to her," and whatever. And he's like, "Okay," and he gets up to go to like he's like totally unaware of this like super eagerness he is portrayed that is gonna like make her feel bad.
Okay, well, I think that's unfair because she said something specifically about like, oh, I'll go talk to Theo so
Uh huh.
that like you can go talk to Sion because they
Yeah.
knew that Theo and Sion were talking. So it was like
Mm-hmm.
they were working together to help each other, already like a
Yeah.
team working together.
But like
And
the
then
moment he's
I
just like,
thought
"Okay,
she
let's
meant like
like
right now.
I'm
I thought she was like, oh, we can
okay,
go do this right now. And then
okay."
he
I'm
got
just
up and like,
saying
okay. And then
if
yeah,
I
but
was
then she was like,
her,
oh, right now. I was like, oh, I would have made
yeah.
the same exact mistake he did because I thought that she was saying
But like
like
I think it
this is
like
the plan.
shows a real eagerness to go talk to her in a way that like if I was Minsel, I would feel bad. It'd be like, "Oh,
Oh,
he
okay.
really
Yeah.
wants to talk to her." Like I
Yeah, that's fair.
totally get why she makes the decision she makes later in regards to who she picking. So,
Well, I think,
I don't know.
well, I don't know if they talk, but like she knew she wasn't getting picked. That's the only reason she doesn't pick him, right? And I get that. Like,
Um
I think that's fair.
Well, I think
The
in
only
her
reason you,
confessional, she says that like it's not that she knew she wasn't getting picked; it's that he really seemed into Shion, and so she shouldn't like put all her eggs in the basket of him. Is what she said in
that's
confessional.
the
Yeah,
confessional version of he told me he wasn't gonna pick me, right?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't think she reacted in a way that like she was like, I'm out on this guy now.
Not out on him, but like kind of hurt maybe by this, or at least like discouraged and not feeling great about it.
I mean, it's fair to be like, it's fair to be like, oh, I was like, there's a chance he might like another girl more than me, right? Like that's definitely
Hmm.
a possibility in the situation. But if she wasn't sure what he was gonna do, and then she doesn't pick him, knowing that like the guy that the backup guy that she picks like isn't actually a thing.
Yeah,
Like she picked the most no chance in
yeah.
hell guy that like because she wanted
Like it makes
like she
it
wanted
seem
to not
like
match with anybody,
yeah, that's what it seemed
but she
like.
didn't want to look like pathetic and still vote for the guy that told him he wasn't gonna pick her. Basically, that's how I interpreted it.
Like that's how I interpreted it before she like said some stuff and like sure it's confessional but like I'll go ahead and believe it that she actually is slightly interested in him.
Okay, well, it's all right. They're gonna end up together by the end. It's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know that I'm gonna feel as great about it. I don't know.
You got 6 episodes to turn that around, Sarah.
We'll
We're fine.
see.
All
We'll
right.
see. I don't know. Vibes are off now.
Wow. Okay. If Junso is not meeting the standard of like a quality person on the show, I don't think
I'm not saying
we
he's a
are
bad
meeting.
person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we're coming from a scene where Theo's like so devoted, and then you get this guy who's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to this other girl. Bye." I don't know. It just doesn't feel as
Yeah, he totally said it
you
like
know.
that. That's exactly how he said it.
I mean, pretty close.
Yeah, like I'm talking to you now, but like the only reason I am is because I can't talk to this other girl right now.
I mean, is that not true? Is
That
that
is
not true?
totally not what he said at
100%. That's
all.
true. No,
That's
no,
not
that's
what
not what
he
he
said at
said.
all.
That's not what he said. But that's what's true.
No, it's not true. He would
Yeah,
have talked to
because did he
Minsole either
not?
way. There was plenty of
He
time
would
in
have
the
talked
night.
to her either way,
If
but
he had
he
talked to
did go
Sion
to Shion
first,
first. He went to Shion first, and she was
yeah,
busy.
because that's the person he's trying to go to paradise with next.
Yeah, so we're saying the same thing, just feeling differently about it. That's all.
Yeah, but it's important. The execution is so important, and you are acting like he's doing it the same way every guy has ever done this on the show, where they just are they hone in on a woman, and they're like fuck
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else, and that's definitely not what's happening. But okay, whatever.
No, no, no. No, I don't think. If anything, he's keeping a backup. Is what if I'm giving the worst estimate of what's happening. So he's not hyper focused in that way.
I don't see it like that
Um,
at all. I see it
I don't
as
actually see it like that,
he
but
still
like,
has only met Minsole a couple days ago. They had a really good date, but there's other
uh
people
huh,
here too. There's
uh huh,
literally a girl that picked him that he also likes. Like it's not like he's pursuing somebody that never showed interest in him. It's like he has a reason to believe he
yeah,
has a chance with Sion, and it's like he's not bullshitting Minsole and being like, or he's not even waffling and being like, I don't know, like I really like you. I mean, other people maybe I might, he's like being so straightforward about it, everything.
yeah.
He's just amazing. That's the way I would
I
describe
just
him.
think he could use a little more tact. That's all. I don't know. I'm just not vibing with him
Not
right now.
calculated enough,
A
I
hundred.
guess. All right.
There is being calculated, and there is being considerate of other people's feelings. That's all.
All right, tell me what the approach is here. Let's say you're Junso. Tell me, you could educate everybody on what you're supposed to do when you are 2 days into dating somebody, but you're not in a serious relationship, and then you have a chance to go on a date with somebody else, but you're in a weird situation where you kind of have to tell the first person about the other person, even though it's not a real situation in real life, but you're on this show and it's just how it is. Go,
Okay.
Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. He's doing his best. I'm sure. It's not like
I
again.
would say
He's
he's
not
doing
the
the
worst.
best, not even his best, the best out of everybody ever. Like
I don't. That's too far. I
what?
don't think that's
What?
true.
You can describe a better way to do it.
All he
Other
did
other
not
than you
do.
just think it, like if he
Okay.
didn't like think she was saying let's go do this plan right now. Like if he just like finished the conversation
Yeah.
more
Just
naturally,
like just
that would be the
yeah
only
yeah.
difference.
Just don't seem so fucking eager to immediately run off to another woman. That's all. That's a teeny thing I'm asking for right here.
That was
That
a
that
misunderstanding.
that and maybe not comment on how long people take to get ready because like nobody needs
It's
to hear that from him.
okay. All right. Episode 6, 100 minutes. Let's go. Okay, Inferno. How long has this been a
Okay.
podcast
Okay.
already? Oh God. Okay, here we go. Episode 6.
Oh wait, well, wait. Did we even have the conversation with? He actually did talk to
I
Shion. Did
probably
anything even
I
happen?
probably
Like
skipped a bunch
nothing
of.
even happened. It wasn't even.
Oh yeah, Junseo and Sion. Yeah. She wants to straighten his hair because he has long
Uh
hair.
huh.
I don't know if he's really feeling that, but he's will act like it.
Oh, I guess this does roll over into the next
Yeah.
episode. That's why. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, what the cliffhanger of the episode is like she asks him if he's interested in anybody else besides her or something like that. Oh,
Or I think just
like
who
have
he's
you
interested
narrowed
in
down?
general.
Have you narrowed
Yeah.
down who you like? And then somehow that was enough to end the episode.
Yeah.
He's just gonna answer the question, I think, like a normal
Yeah.
person.
Uh huh. No, actually, he says no. He does say some vague ass bullshit. He's like he'll be able to say for sure after today's conversation.
Oh yeah, that is a little big. Yeah.
Basically, he's saying I'll know if my first choice works out right now with this conversation, and if not, I'll fall back to my second choice. Is basically what he says.
He didn't say like, "Oh, I'm ready to decide after this conversation. It was like answering the question of like, who have you narrowed it down to?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said like, I'll be able to narrow it down after
Yeah,
this conversation.
basically, yes.
Basically, it's like it's either her and Minsel or it's just Minsel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's literally the situation. He said,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah. Sion didn't seem to realize that Jinso was interested in her. At least, yeah. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
We're confused on whether or not she's interested in him, but I'm not sure.
I think she says she didn't really feel anything when they got coffee together, or at least maybe didn't feel like he was interested in her, or like
That seems fair.
they did not read the same thing out of that coffee time
Oh, but
together.
here's the thing: if we want to look at these consistencies in Jinso, both
Uh-huh.
times, like we saw him with talk to Jiyoung and Minsol, and he looked way better talking to Jiyoung. But then, and he looked like he was a little standoffish with Minsol. But then he
Uh-huh.
picked Minsol, and
That's
then he
true.
had a conversation with Sion where he didn't look interested, and he's also interested. So he's just more awkward when he's actually interested in somebody, or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
probably.
uh, she's gonna tell him that she didn't feel anything,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure if that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is if she means she didn't feel anything or she didn't think there was a vibe between them or like she didn't
Yeah, I
feel
mean that
what
is
he was
fair.
feeling or something. I don't know.
I guess
Yeah.
that kind of tracks, right? Like, even if or if it feels like somebody's not into you, how are you gonna be into them, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
I
I
totally
mean,
agree with
lots of
that.
people find a way, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who are just like they need that in order to like maintain any sort of feeling, about somebody, right? That's
yeah.
some people, yeah.
Sarah, I thought this was one of the more adult conversations that have ever happened on the show.
I guess. Yeah, sure.
What is this man doing wrong, Sarah?
Um
If this guy is not meeting standards,
Well, I mean, there's this thing where he basically tells her he likes that she's really hot, but also laid back. Like he likes that she's hot, but doesn't want her to take too long to get
wait, is this
ready.
the phrasing he's using? I like that you're hot. I don't remember. I
No,
don't.
he
Did he
didn't
say
say
that?
that. That's just what I
Okay.
wrote down. But he's just like, yeah, like basically he likes the way she looks, but likes that she's laid back. And also, there's this thing where he's all about people not taking long to get ready. But like, if you appreciate the hotness, you gotta let the time to get ready be a thing.
Are you saying
I don't
people
know.
can only be attractive if they spend a lot of time on their
I'm saying
getting
that
ready?
attractive people spend a lot of time getting ready. People who like are out like it's the thing where
Some
like
people are just gifted, Sarah. I don't know what can you do about it.
even hot people need to take time to get ready,
No, not
because part of the
Minsole.
hotness is
Not
taking care
Minsole.
of yourself.
No, Minsole's just that good.
Okay.
Get
People
good.
vary in
Get good,
time
Sarah.
that it takes, but like I don't know, if you want to appreciate the end product, like maybe don't bitch about how long it takes. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, was he actually saying in this conversation, like talking about her looks at all? Or are you just saying that?
No, no, no. He was saying that he likes that she has this like really strong appearance, but contrast that with how laid back she is. He wasn't bringing up the how long it takes to get ready in this conversation.
Oh, you
I'm
took
bringing that
strong
in to build a
appearance
full
as like
or
I like your
what
hotness.
what I mean, what is that if not like I like how you look?
I
Like
guess it
he
could be,
said
yeah.
whatever like weirdly translated from Korean thing they say that is you look hot.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Usually when they're definitely talking about people's looks, it's like they just say like you're beautiful or I don't know. Other guys have like literally said like you're the most attractive person here, most attractive woman here, stuff like that. I
I
mean, I
forget
don't
what he
remember him
actually
saying that,
said.
but maybe he
I
did.
just wrote what I paraphrased, and it does amount to he likes that she's hot, but there is a laid
Okay,
backness that like I don't
right.
know. He expected her to be more standoffish or take longer to get ready or whatever. I don't know.
I mostly remember him talking about the vibe of her personality, which could be an interpretation based off their looks. Like like people say that a
Hmm.
lot of times where like, oh, I really like their personality, but like they're just the reason they might be interested in them is because of their looks. Yeah, I kind
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
got that vibe maybe a little bit because like the vibe that he's telling us he's getting from Sion, I have not personally seen her that way through 6 episodes of that show. So
What, that she
that
is laid back or what?
yeah, I don't.
Okay.
It's not like I'm not saying she's not laid back, but I don't think like she's shown that as like a main characteristic she has either.
Or any more than anybody else
And
really
she definitely
like
is like I
yeah.
don't know. She's definitely not laid back. Like she's getting jealous and bothered by all the things that go on in the show. Like compared to
Mm-hmm.
him, like she's very not laid back. Like I feel like he's trying to see
What he wants in
himself
her.
in her, yeah, which
Yeah,
is an
yeah,
indication that like her looks are having an effect on him, maybe,
yeah.
or she is acting differently with him than we are seeing. But I don't know.
I also don't think they've spent a whole lot of time together, right? Like,
Yeah, this is all based on just the coffee date.
yeah.
But again, he got chose for that, so you got to feel a little special, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
All right.
But he does really go on and on, it seems to be, about how, like, he really likes her. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. Is this where he said he doesn't back down? I think this might have been actually because but the joke was like she basically says, "Oh, I didn't feel anything in the coffee," but then he like it's a kind of awkward, and then he like still like compliments her, and then
Mm.
she said something like, "Oh, you don't back down, do you?" Is this where he said? Maybe this is where he said.
No, the other thing was specifically related to drinking
Oh,
when he
okay.
said it, but I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
he also said
I thought
something
he like
similar
made a
here.
joke about some not backing down, maybe in this scene. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just wrote down. I don't think Junsaw is the fiery emotional romance that Sian told us she's looking for, though. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
That's not
that's fair.
Junsaw at all.
Yeah.
Uh, which is kind of why I like Junsaw so much, actually, because he's very not that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I don't think these two are anything, and I don't think this is Endgame at all
Yeah, I don't think
for
so
the
either.
show, which is why I feel good about the Minsole Junsaw thing. I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm a man. I'm
I
not
mean,
worried.
ugh, gross.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Any other
um,
complaints about Chainsaw before we move on?
Not yet, not yet. We'll see what
Not
the
yet.
future brings. I don't know.
Jeez.
No,
Wow.
I don't think he's annoyed me in the rest of this episode. It's just I'm not as all in easily as you are.
Okay.
I'm much more on the Dong Ho train right now.
Yeah. So, so you think Dong? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I think they're both fairly good, and if Dongo's more your vibe, I don't think that's crazy. But like, Chainsaw is like still, even if he's not your favorite, like still one of the best people to ever be on the show from what I've seen so
I
far.
don't
Like it's not even.
I don't know. He's just a guy. Whatever.
Wow. Wow.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. You if this TV show had more Junsa on it, you would like it more. Come on. This people having adult conversations. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
This is what
mean,
you
I
always wanted.
guess. I guess. Sure.
I mean, you don't have to like you don't want to date Junsa. That's fine. He's not for you. That's right. But these are the people we
Yeah.
want on the show, right? We want Junsa on our TV show.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't. Is his adult conversation that much different than what other people have on the show? Let me think. Let me just. I guess it is more of a direct conversation of just yes, yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, I will give him points for that. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. He's fine.
All right.
You're just very, very all in on him in a way that I just quite can't follow you to. I think is what it is, and you're enjoying him so much is making me wanna like counter that in a weird way.
Okay. You're looking for any flaw.
No, 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 no. Some flaws were presented, and then I went, I'm gonna hold back on this guy a little bit. You
All
know,
right.
that's all.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we going? Oh, Sian is also drunk in one of the swings. Is this a thing? Do swings like
No, no, no,
cure
no, 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 no.
drunkenness?
This was. Oh
I
yeah, yeah. It
skipped.
was
I might have
Shion.
skipped a bunch of stuff
You're
here
right.
because I
You're
didn't
right.
care.
I just saw a different name in my notes. Unrelated. Yeah.
Is
Well,
this a thing? I don't know.
I guess
Can you
I don't know.
cure
I guess people
drunkenness
go
on a
out for
swing?
getting air, and when you're swinging, you get a lot of air. I don't know, but I do dislike the way this is handled. Completely different from the Eugen situation. You know, like
You like how this was handled?
I dislike how this was handled I dislike the
You
contrast
didn't
between
like
how
the
this
Eugen
I didn't
situation
like how
either.
no wait. I dislike how this is different from the Eugen situation. I feel like Eugen should have been treated this way where somebody goes like Jong Hoon goes and checks on her and like Hagen's just like, "Oh yeah, she's just sobering up like it's no big deal." And we get a normal ass camera angle that doesn't make her look like a spooky ghost. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know why we got all the judgy vibes and weird edit for Eugen, and Eugen is still like an outcast, and I just don't
I know
like the
why.
difference in how they've been treated
I know why.
because Xian's the main character. I know.
No, it's because
Oh.
Jong Hoon wasn't there last time.
Okay,
Jong
Junghoon's
Hoon's just the guy that checks on
the
people,
only okay,
and
maybe.
everybody else is
No,
not that guy.
let's be honest. He checked on her because he's into her. you know?
Probably. But at the same time, I felt like he checked in on her. But at the same time, I felt like he was uncomfortable. Like I felt like he didn't stay and talk to her. He was like, "All right, just wanted to make sure you're okay." And then she was like, and then
Well, I
they
think
they talked for
he
like a second, and then he left.
yeah. I
I
think
don't know.
he wanted to have a proper conversation with her that he didn't want to have with her when she wasn't sober.
Yeah,
And
aka
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, there is a difference between like recognizing that maybe now is not the best time to have that conversation with someone and being uncomfortable with them.
But don't, I mean, I don't know what the drunk meta is, but like I feel like if you
Uh-huh.
like somebody and them being drunk wasn't making you uncomfortable, you would hang out with them while they're drunk.
Um, unless, you are just looking for having a serious conversation right now, or you feel like maybe he felt she didn't want any company right now while she was sobering up. I don't know.
Okay.
I cannot read
Drunk
this
people
man's
make me
mind.
uncomfortable, so I got the vibe that he
Okay.
wasn't like very into being around her at the like he wasn't looking to have an extended conversation with her. It seemed like, yeah. I don't know. That might
Okay.
be me projecting my feelings about it, but it's all right. All
Mm.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like how Chien gets the nice treatment and there wasn't any for Yujin, so I don't know.
I saw them. I saw the two situations like very similarly, and the only difference was how that Jong Ho was there. Jong Hoon was there to go
Yeah.
check on her. But even him checking on her, like I feel the same way about Sion and Yujin in terms of how I feel about the two of them.
Yeah, but the rest of the
But
cast
the
doesn't.
cast is different. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And I don't like it. That's all. We can move on.
Yeah, I mean, if like neither of them these things happen though, I still feel like the interest. Like I don't think these occurrences on the show had an effect on anybody's like selections going forward.
I mean, it 100% changed Junso's interest in
Oh,
Yujin.
Jinsaw, yeah. Was it the yeah, was it the drunkenness
Mm-hmm.
or the interpreted flirting with Theo? I'm
Oh,
not sure.
a little bit of
But
both.
yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
I don't like
I'm out on both of them, so I wish no I wish no
it. You're out on both of
I
them?
wish Jinsaw wasn't into either of them. That's how I would say. I'll
Okay.
say that right now.
So we don't enjoy Shion is what you're saying. I don't mind Shion. I feel she's a little like they're spending too much time on her. I'd like to see some other people and it is kind of like whatever.
I
But
think she's an extremely whatever main character. I no, I'm it's I don't think she's particularly interesting, but she's the main character because she has to be because the
yeah.
guys have chosen which woman is the main character of the season, and
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
Sion.
That is accurate. I mean, I think I'm not bothered by her and yeah, I feel whatever, like just a general sure, whatever about her. Um but there have been main characters in the past that I've like straight up not liked, so it's an improvement from that, I guess.
Okay,
Anyway.
I think she's in the territory of I wouldn't choose to talk about her if she was the main character. I don't know. I think
Okay.
I said plenty of like little things that bothered me about her in the last
Mhm. Okay.
6 episodes or whatever. All right. What?
Now we
Now
are
we're going to
going back in
Paradise. Let's
time
do it.
to Paradise. Yes.
Oh, now we get to get these Halen dates. Okay.
Yeah, Halen and Jungsu.
Oh, actual activity. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, they also did like a boat ride last season, didn't they?
Did they do a boat
I
ride?
think the Game
We
Changer.
we
I
did
think
get
in similar format with
maybe
the Game
even like
Changer.
season 1 we might have even gotten a boat. But we've never gotten like
Oh,
water
they won boat
activities.
trip in season 1 and maybe 2. They won like boat trips around the island. Because
Uh-huh.
in season 1 and
Yeah.
2, they were in like the South Pacific somewhere. They weren't in. They weren't
I
like
don't know.
They weren't on an island right next to Korea. So they never they would have like this. I don't know if they called them yachts or what, but they had a couple like
Mhm.
uh winning a challenge got you like a yacht date or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
small boat date. Yeah.
But never water sports activities dates.
Oh yeah, never water. Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think
think
this
this
might
is
be our
new.
first like actual activity date even. Like it's always meal
Yeah,
somewhere
I guess.
and
Yeah, I guess the
then
other one is
maybe swimming.
the other one I remember was just them on a boat. I don't remember activities. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I.
like food on a boat even like yeah.
But I guess they do this because it's like they're having two dates
And it's
and they
daytime
don't
stuff
want
and
to
they
have
can't
the.
just like yeah.
maybe, maybe Halen was like, "I am not eating 2 dinners.
Yeah,
I'm
there we
not doing
go.
that." She's 24.
Yeah.
We see her with John Soo first. She's 24.
Mhm.
He's 33. This is the biggest gap so far, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
She's a student majoring in film/acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go
Mm-hmm.
tubing. They hold hands
Yes.
because it's bumpy.
Uh-huh. That's nice.
He does water skiing. I don't know if she
Yeah,
does.
why is he only, yeah, that's weird, but okay. I did right. He's laying it on thick again, and a lot of just like, oh, none of the other women look like you. You're so unique, and like whatever. I don't know. He's talking a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We've just seen him too many times doing like a similar routine,
Yeah.
right?
Uh huh.
So it's at this point it becomes meaningless. What
Yeah.
he's saying. It's like,
Uh huh.
yeah, I don't I guess I don't really know for sure how he's feeling. Because it seems like he's like pretty close to being up until the end of this episode, he's like pretty close to being like the main guy of the season, right? Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess there's only two women, but it's like
But one of
it
them
was
is like the most
Hyejin and
popular
then the
woman, and the
main girl
yeah.
of the season
Mm-hmm.
seemed to be mostly into him.
Yeah.
But then ever since the campfire with the chocolates,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, I gave out 4, and then he told us that he was surprised he didn't get 3. And it seems like I don't know, is he like on a mission to get 3? Like I don't
I
know.
guess.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
that or he actually thinks Halen is the best girl and meets all the
I,
check boxes that he has.
Yeah, I will
I'm
say,
not
like,
sure.
given the conversation he has with Junso, where he's just like, oh my God, she's so exactly my ideal type, and just keeps going on and on about her, like, that felt like the most authentic we've seen him, I think. Like, in terms of, like,
Yeah,
I
because he was
actually
talking to
believe this.
Junsaw, yeah.
Yeah, because he was talking to a man. Yeah. Um, so, like, I maybe some of this he says to her is also genuine because she's just exactly what he likes to look at. I don't know. Awkward age
Yeah.
difference though, so I don't know.
I guess what's weird about it is if you just look at what he's saying now,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like Halen is like the perfect match, according to him. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect match for him. And then by the end of this episode, he's not going to pick Halen. But there is stuff that happens
Mm.
with Halen throughout the rest of this day. And it's stuff that made me not like her. So it's actually like totally reasonable for like him to think, oh, I'm really going to like this
Mm.
girl. And then maybe he doesn't like her by the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
uh, and maybe that's just what happened here.
Okay, yeah, that's
Because
fair.
he's not going to pick her despite. I mean, they also just went to paradise together. Depending on how you want to, I don't know if that's.
Mm.
Some people were like, I shouldn't go with the same person. I don't know. I don't know how people necessarily think while they're on the show in the moment. But I can't blame him for not picking Halen at the end of this. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right. Anything else?
Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Halen and Dong Ho.
Oh, we finally find out Dong Ho's situation. He is 30 and an accountant. And I love the like music they play for his accountant montage where they're like just trying to make him seem really cool, you know?
I did not notice that.
It was
No.
just like music you'd play for a much cooler job, it felt like. But not
Okay.
that there's anything wrong with being an
Let's.
accountant,
All right.
but it's just
Hit
like
me with
he's not a
hit me with the accounting music right now. Ready? Go.
I I don't remember it. It was
No, no,
just
I'm saying you hit me with what accounting music should sound like.
oh,
Ready? Go.
I'm not gonna sing. It's not gonna happen. Just, you know, a
Is it
pleasant
like
little
doodle 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 doodle?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That would
It should be
work.
like
Yeah.
that instead of like
Yeah,
dum
yeah.
dum 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 boom boom
Instead
boom
of
boom
something
boom
that
boom
makes
boom.
it sound like he's a
I don't
secret
remember what it
agent or
was.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
It was very like accountant by day, Batman by night or something, you know. I just felt like whatever. He looks good in a suit though. I'll give him that.
These two seem like a great match. You know why?
Why?
She loves books. He hates books.
He does hate
Opposites attract.
books.
Opposites attract.
Uh-huh.
Also, he wants to live a long life, and she wants to die in the next couple years. Very good combination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she is going after something she's passionate about, and he did accounting because he didn't know what else to do.
Oh my gosh, this is the best. This is the best match we've ever made on this show. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep,
Wow. They are both tall though.
yep. So we got that. Yeah.
So yeah, everything kind of lines up. I don't know. I thought they were like kind of cute at first, and then they started talking about like they actually started talking about like their interests, and then I was just like, this is not a thing. This is not a
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
at all.
I wrote, this boy is going back to Aaron. It's happening.
Yeah. I identified with a lot of the Dong Ho stuff he said though. So that's why I like him, because I feel like I identify with Dong Ho the most out of everybody here.
Okay.
That's why I think he's likable. Like I'm not very good at reading, so it's not that enjoyable. Or I'm not
Okay.
a quick reader, so it takes a long fucking time for me to read stuff.
Got it.
So, and then hell yeah, let's live, baby. Let's go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that was crazy.
By the end of it, she's asleep in the car and he's not. So I don't know. Yeah,
Hmm,
I didn't
that's
really see
true.
this going anywhere.
All right, I feel like they were trying to sell this as a thing, though.
Yeah, and it might be a thing that she's still interested in him, but I don't. I
Yeah,
don't think I'm not getting the vibe the other way.
I am curious to see what Halen does if Dongo isn't reciprocating.
Mm-hmm.
I might not like what she does, but I'm interested to see what she does. Because the vibes of the show was like I wrote down. It feels like these two might pick each other in the end, but it doesn't feel like an actual thing at all. So just the vibes were getting me. The vibes the
Yeah,
show was
yeah.
giving off was getting me to be like, maybe this is a thing. I don't know. All right, day 6. Wait, I skip a day. No, we're good.
No, no, day
Okay, these. Oh
six.
yeah, we were like flashbacking for this. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, that was
all
the
right.
thing.
As we're going to breakfast, Taekwon
Mm-hmm.
is wearing glasses. Let's just keep tabs on this.
Well, but specifically because Gian asked him to.
Oh, there you go. I
So
missed
yeah,
that part.
yep,
You
they're
look fine.
continuing to be a thing.
I thought Jung Hoon, his glasses were a little weird. I don't know, but maybe they were actually he needed them for seeing versus.
I
I'm not sure. He was wearing his
I
glasses in
would
a weird way where he was like where they're like lower on your nose, so you like still
oh
if they're like reading glasses. I don't know.
I was not on glasses
Okay,
watch. Sorry,
whatever.
I'm
All
still on
right.
weird shorts and pool watch. I,
It's
I didn't
it's
notice.
Junsaw and glasses. That's what this podcast is. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
uh, yo, Sion is like really trying to straighten Jinsaw's hair though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
and
feel
it
like
seems like
I
he
feel like
totally
Jinsaw's
forgot
like,
about it.
oh, I kind of like it's already too late. I mean, I kind of slept in. Like it's already like
Yeah.
9 a.m. Maybe this is
It's
more
like,
of
why
a
would you not want to
early
spend
morning
a lot
thing.
of close time with the girl that you're into? Like, come on.
Unless he really doesn't. Also, he doesn't want to spend a lot of time on his hair. Not really his thing.
Oh, that's true. That's what he's gonna let get in the way of spending close quality time with the woman he likes playing with his hair. Guy's an idiot. Come on.
I don't know. Maybe he
He
really
missed
doesn't. I
out.
mean, he might just really not want to get his hair straightened. I don't know.
I mean, he brought it up to begin with during that conversation about like he had tried to straighten his hair or whatever. And I
But he
mean,
didn't
come on,
bring
what
up like having somebody do it again. That was her idea,
I
right?
guess, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. If I really
Yeah.
liked a
He's
girl
not
and
that
she
into
wanted to
her.
straighten my hair, I would let her straighten my hair.
Yeah. By the end of the season, Minsol's gonna be straightening his hair. Watch. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
No, because it'll take too long and he doesn't like that. So you're right. It'll
Yeah,
never
probably not.
happen.
It does seem like
Oh,
a waste of time. All right.
yes, a waste of time. Spending close, intimate time with the person you're
But
into.
straightening your
Sure.
hair when you don't even want to, that's a waste of time. All right.
Okay.
I got the vibe he didn't actually want to do this hair thing. It is kind of weird that
Yeah.
it is an opportunity to spend time with her, but I don't know. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Halen and the two guys return. Sion is already jealous.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh, yeah, I don't really like that. Sion's just like gets jealous a lot.
Yeah. If she didn't get jealous, we'd be done with this whole Jungsu thing. And
Yeah,
it'd be great.
yeah. Even Hyejin is happy Junsu is back though. So Hyejin, Hyejin seemed out on Junsu after
Yeah, and then
Campfire
I think
Night.
she looked around and went, not really
She's
into the
like,
rest of this, so okay.
even the game changer didn't pick me.
Yeah.
Actually, that didn't even happen
The
yet. But
game
maybe she knew the vibes. I don't know.
I mean the game changer literally did pick her
It picked
for
her, but like isn't going to pick
Paradise.
her.
Yeah.
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 And then there's something about how Halen addresses the women here. What happened?
Oh, okay. So she calls them all onis, which is the woman talking to an older woman term.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
So
something like that. Yeah.
basically, she's implying that they're all older than her, which is not true
It
because
actually is not
Minsol
true.
is younger than her,
Yeah.
and we don't know how old Jian
But
or
she's
Arin
younger
are yet.
in spirit.
She is kind of being a bitch, I think, is what's happening.
Minsol's more mature than her though, so it's like
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah. It
Yeah,
kind of works.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Halen's just
She's
a
just
bit
like
extra.
being
Just
kind
a
of
bit
mean
extra.
for too no reason. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like it doesn't really hit me the way it hits everybody on the show. But
Mm-hmm.
I is that what it is? It's like disrespectful. Is that
I think like no, like it is not a word that you would normally use in a disrespectful way. Like it is one like representing like a kinship and also the language has that hierarchical respect for older people in it, right? But I think just the way she's using it without really knowing them or knowing their actual ages is kind of rude. Yeah.
Okay. Because it actually, well, if outside of whatever the Korean cultural context, usually it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you assumed all the women were older than you. Wait, she is assuming that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, I get it. I get it. All right. Yeah. She just to me, she's just a little bit extra. Seems like a performance, a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks she's being funny, and then she's just awkward and rude when she's trying to
Mm.
be funny. I don't know. The more I see of her, the less I want to see. Is what I wrote.
Hair.
I'm kind of curious if we ever get a Halen Theo interaction. That's like one of my. I just feel like it needs to happen because they both said
Yeah.
they're both bulldozers, but
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe we won't even get that. But maybe something minorly quirky might happen at some point between those two.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we actually do get a men's chat, don't we? If I'm
Yes.
skipping over anything, let me know. There was
Yeah, I
definitely
mean, you
stuff I
are,
was
but
like
nothing that's like
nothing.
super
Yeah,
important.
nothing.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
whatever.
All right, men's chat. I didn't write out
So it's
a lot from this,
Theo
but
and Taehwan are telling Dongjin that Aaron was like
oh
totally
yeah,
out
no,
of it and like sad when he was away.
that's good. See, the guys they're helping each other out in the background. This is good. I like that. Yeah, they're like, just so you know, Dongho, Aaron didn't look good
Mm-hmm.
when you weren't here.
Yeah, and he's just like really affected by that. It seems he like feels bad that
Yeah,
he was sad while he
his
was away.
response. Yeah, did he look more upset or more? I don't know. I feel like he was like kind of like, oh, that's good for me.
I think it's a
You know?
cross between like that's good for me and also like oh I don't like that she felt bad because he might
But I
actually
kind of
give a shit
do
about
like
her
that she felt bad
feelings.
though, because like
I like
that's
that
good for
I'm the
me.
reason she had feelings, but I don't like that she was feeling bad. Yeah, it's sort
Yeah.
of
Overall
yeah.
positive though. Let's see. Women's chat. Oh, they just grill Halen about her dates, basically.
Yes, yes. And so we get a lot of her talking about liking Thong Ho and that she felt a spark with him, and Arin is like so stressed. But then she's also talking about liking Jungsu, so Shion is also kind of stressed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. She said she has a more romantic spark with Dong Ho. She was kind of like not
Yes.
at first she was kind of like not saying which one was better, but the women
Hmm.
eventually got her to say I had a more romantic spark with Dong Ho.
And she does talk about how his personality is like her ideal type of personality. So we get like Shion saying, "Oh yeah, Dongho is the quietest one here, and you like calm personalities, so that makes sense." But then Arden's like, "No, no, no, he can be really funny too. No, no, he, like just trying to like be like, no, no, it's not. He's not perfect for
Yeah.
you. Really, it's fine. Look somewhere else."
Yeah. Arin's a little up and down on this show for sure. She's like yeah, we're gonna get to see this later, but I don't know if this is a good painting or an accurate painting of Arin
Mm-hmm.
based on the edit of the show, but like it is kind of showing how the show is painting her like she was super into anything to do about Dongho and like talking to the girls about it or whatever. Or
Uh huh.
if when Dongho wasn't here, she's like kind of upset, like not feeling good about herself. It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't really use that's like she felt bad when other people were talking about Dongho. Once she's like going on the date with Dongho, she is like not considerate to the other women at all, right?
Oh.
about like oh maybe I should just like get myself ready. I'm gonna go on this date with Dongho. Maybe I won't flaunt it in front of the women, but
I
I don't
didn't I
know.
didn't take her as flaunting it. I took it as like she's really
She's
excited and
excited, but
nervous,
she didn't
like
have
she's
the awareness to realize. I'm not saying she's doing
yeah.
it on purpose. I'm just saying like
Uh-huh.
she even though she was in that situation just the other
Right, yeah,
day,
yeah.
she didn't have the awareness to
Yeah, that's fair.
make
To
see
lessen
how
that
the other
for other
people might
people,
feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Uh, there's a weird, there's a weird, awkward conversation. I don't know why they even sat down at this table, but Arin, Dongho, Xian, and Jongsu somehow. I feel like they just want to talk to each other, like the two
Yeah, and
couples,
their
and
pairs,
for some
yeah.
reason they sit down together. I don't know why this happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eventually they get separated.
Mhm.
I don't know why this was a thing at all. Um,
People be
Jongsu
awkward.
says something like being on Inferno must be nice. What was he talking about here?
Oh, I don't know.
It's so hard out
I
there in paradise,
I
having to be
mean,
chosen and choosing people and having
he's
success.
just he's just being him, I don't know.
I feel like he was referring to something specific about Inferno because Cian's not really going to fight him on this.
I
But I feel like we
I don't know.
missed
I
part of
didn't write it
whatever he
down.
was referring to. I feel like we missed it in the
Mhm.
conversation. Like
Yeah.
because if he was saying like Inferno is kind of nice because you get to like talk to everybody, or you know,
Oh,
as long
yeah.
as the person you want to talk to is here, it's not so bad.
Hmm.
Or but we didn't get
That's
to see him
probably,
use that
yeah.
language at all, so I don't know what he meant.
Yeah.
It just sounded like he was saying it's tough out there in paradise.
Hmm. Well, I mean, he did tell her that he didn't have a good time in paradise, like a liar.
Oh yeah, he really underplayed it. Okay, he either underplays it to Sion or he overplayed it to us and Junsaw and
No, no, he is
Halen.
lying
He's got
right
to be
now. It
lying,
feels
right?
like
That's
so.
right. Okay,
Yeah,
it's at
that's
least like 3 lies specifically just to Sion at this point. Like I'm
yeah,
not even hyperbolizing, right? I'm not
yeah,
crazy. Okay,
yeah.
their relationship is built on lies, which I said after his first
Uh
lie
huh.
back in episode 1. All
Yes.
right.
And he even like denies having talked to Halen a lot the like first night she was on Inferno, which like everybody else has reported like he and Halen spent the most time together that first day. And it's just like he's incapable of admitting to any of this. It's ridiculous.
And it feels like Sion is seeing through his BS in this conversation. Doesn't it
Does
seem
it?
that way? No?
I I don't know. Do they have another conversation later or this is I
I
guess
thought
they
there was a
do go have they
conversation
have
where she like eventually other people show up and she just kind of leaves. I don't know. I got the vibe that she might be seeing it. Now she's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna.
that is this one. That is yeah, they have another conversation later that she's into. So yeah, this is the one where it does feel like she's just like
It feels like she's
out on him
seeing
again.
the nonsense coming from this man, and she's not
Yeah.
gonna pick him. But it also doesn't seem like it's ever gonna be over because she's always gonna be jealous, right? And as long as she's
Yeah.
jealous, as long as she's
Mhm.
jealous, she's gonna feel like that
We're
means
stuck in
something,
this
right?
cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Sion's definitely not the kind of person that I like to root for or watch on these shows, but we're here. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What else?
Dongho and Aren try to have a conversation, but they went to the kitchen, so they
Yeah,
keep
this is
getting
weird.
interrupted. And
This
then we
could
don't
this
hear
could have been
anything from it.
removed, right? I
I
guess they
guess
wanted to
it's
show us that they tried to talk, but they didn't, or
yeah.
it made it more dramatic, I guess, for later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
But this is scene when Halen comes in and she's like, I was originally gonna say it's passive aggressive, but it's kind of just aggressive, where
Oh yeah.
she's like she like changes the tone of her voice while she's leaving. It's like, have fun, you two, or something. Well, I forget
Yeah,
exactly what she
yeah.
said, but she's like, I don't know. She's intentional. Like everyone knows the situation's uncomfortable, but she's like going out of her way to make sure it's uncomfortable, or she thinks she's being funny, and I can't tell. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad vibes.
But it could be from her perspective, like maybe this show isn't as serious as everybody else is taking it, which I guess I can appreciate, but you got to read the
Or
room, maybe. I don't
she
know.
is like feeling jealous and not knowing how to deal with it.
That's what it comes across as. Yeah, is like like I want everybody to know that I'm into Dong Ho and I
Mhm.
upset that you're talking to him. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of how it comes across, but I don't know. I'm like trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I'm also kind of out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, all right, time for another game. The men
Yep.
are shirtless again, and
Mhm.
some of them with long shorts. Some of them shorts longer than others.
And the women are wearing shorts, jean shorts for the pool again.
Yeah, I think they just don't have. I don't know if the production wants them to dress that way, or they are just not as. Or I'm trying to think
They're not
for the
comfortable.
games. Do ever like we've definitely seen like women wear bikinis just hanging out on the
Uh-huh.
beach on the show. I don't know about the games though.
Well, usually it's something that looks more fitting to get wet. It'll be like athletic wear or something, not jeans. I don't know.
Okay,
It's
that bothered
wet
you.
jeans are the
The jeans
worst.
specifically bothered
The
you.
jeans
Okay.
specifically, yeah.
All right. All right. This is the couples game we've seen before. They like the women go on the men's shoulders and they try to knock the women
Yes.
try to knock each other's hat off.
And they wear
Not
gloves because they're
interesting.
very fancy.
Somebody's gonna lose an eye still. Like I would be so scared to be the guy in this. It's like I
Oh yeah.
can't defend myself really.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep.
And the women like are bound to get poked in the eye because they're literally trying to get the hat
Mm-hmm.
snagged off their head. I
Yep.
don't know. Someone's gonna lose an eye
Oh.
at some point in this game. Everybody should be wearing protective goggles, but I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's not sexy.
I mean, in the first match, even like the somebody got backed into a corner near like the ladder out of the pool, and I was so worried she was gonna fall and hit that like awkwardly. It just would just yeah. I don't know. Didn't look safe.
Halen should have won this, but she's not going to. You want me to give you the
Uh huh.
montage?
Okay.
I got
Sure.
a really good montage of this
Uh
challenge.
huh.
Ready? Sion wins. That's my montage.
Okay.
All right,
well, it's not
we can
just
move. Can we move
Sion.
on?
It's Sion and Dong Ho,
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, Dong Ho. Yeah, well,
and
Sion's like doing the thing that makes it win. Yeah, Sion and Dong
I
Ho.
think
I said Sion wins with Dong Ho this time.
yeah,
Sion wins
because they both
again.
get to
She wins
pick
again.
somebody. They both get to pick. And we got pretty lucky with they got pretty lucky with how all the couples were randomly assigned because none of the people who wanted to pick someone got partnered with the person they wanted to pick.
Wait, was it against the rules to pick your partner?
I don't know.
I thought, well, if they picked each other, then there'd be only one paradise date. But I thought they could just
Right.
do like multiple paradise dates
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
with
it's
one guy or
unclear.
one girl.
It's unclear. I don't know.
I thought they were just pointing that out to be like one of those like, what are the chances nobody gets the person they're
Oh,
interested
I
in?
was from the very beginning. I was just like, oh no, or what kind of pairing are we gonna get that's gonna maybe mess this up or make it awkward or be weirder? I don't know. And also, Heijin didn't get to compete because there are an uneven number of men and women.
Yeah. Also, why? Yeah. Why do we have an uneven number? What's going on here? TV show.
To make it, there's a shortage of guys or whatever, but there's also a shortage of guys who are not picking Shion, so it doesn't matter if we have an even number.
Have we always ended the season with an uneven? I don't think that's.
I feel like
usually
it
works.
gets even by the end, right? It
That
usually
always how it
starts
works? I don't
uneven and
know.
then like evens out. Unclear. I don't remember now.
Yeah. I mean, if this game mattered, which theoretically the show thinks it does because they're doing it,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't it be like totally unfair that Hyejin just doesn't get to participate because of luck?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know. I don't get it.
it's something they've done
Now it
before.
is harder.
Too,
It is harder to do a tournament with 7. But they could
Yeah.
just have one less girl in the season too. So I don't know. Yeah. You're good with my montage.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
all right.
help people get an advantage in this, So it was pretty predictable who might win.
But the tallest didn't win. Yeah, I guess they won. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
No,
Okay.
no,
We talked about it too much. We didn't talk about it. We talked about it too much. All right. Sion picks Jansu.
Bleh, is what I wrote.
But how though? I wrote, but how though?
But why though? Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I interpreted her as like seeing through the BS, and then
Mhm.
she won, and then she picked him. And I
She's
was
just
like,
right
but how
back
though?
in. Yeah. Mhm.
And then Dong Ho picks Aren, and I said yes, not Halen.
Yay.
Good job. Good job. We did it. I'm like I'm not like that excited that he's picking Aren, but I'm just very excited he's not picking Halen because that means
Are we not? Are you not excited about? I think they're cute together. I think it's a fun.
I like Dong Ho. I think
couple I
Aren's
like.
been again kind of whatever. There's
Oh.
nothing like I guess the way I watch the show, I was thinking about this. It's less like I feel like I choose to like the individuals and then I root for the individuals. And then like the dream scenario is like the individuals I like actually end up in a couple.
Oh.
But
Okay.
like so like Aren is not somebody I'm like actively rooting for on the show. And Dong Ho has maybe just become somebody I'm rooting for on the show.
Okay.
So it's like it's not that exciting to me that he's picking Aren, but it's more exciting to me that he's not picking Halen because I'm like rooting against Halen on the show. So
Oh, see, for me, like being cute with somebody is a reason for me to like them on the show. I like to watch that.
well at this point
So
at this
great.
point they haven't really been cute together, but we're gonna get
They've
there.
been a little cute together.
A little cute. Okay.
Yeah, at the bonfire after she's like, I only gave it to one person and it was him. And then he didn't react, but then later they're just like chatting together there and that was cute. And I don't know, low key her pouting while he was away was also cute.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why I was kind of down on Dong Ho. Yeah, now that you just reminded me because
Oh,
that
just
whole
because
that whole interaction with Aren was like super weird. And then I really didn't like. I still don't like how Dong Ho reacted to like the first selection, but it was his first. It was his first time being part of the process. He not experienced enough to to understand
Okay.
the meaning behind these
Okay.
first matches of the season. Yeah, it's not Halen. We can be happy for different reasons. It's fine. All right.
Okay.
All right. What is this for? It's just like a special meal.
Special meal.
A quote unquote special meal. All right. Sion and Jansu, he continues to undersell the dates with Halen.
Mm-hmm. He tells her that he kept thinking about Shion at every new spot they went to on their date.
Yeah, there you go. This is where I wrote this. This is where I wrote down. Say what you want about Jansu. He's here to find love. This is what, like,
I guess.
Why would I don't know. I guess maybe not. It could be that this is it could be this is how he thinks he becomes like the main character on the show, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. By having multiple
I don't
interests,
know. It's just
people in him. Yeah.
I think this is what he thinks he's supposed to do, like as a man to win a woman or something. Uh,
Okay.
I guess I think it's just something really cliche like that,
Mm.
but he is like he's trying. I think this is him
Is
trying.
he?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
is it, okay? He does. I wrote down this exact quote because an exact translated quote, but he says, "To be honest, I don't want this to be a casual thing. I just want to get to know you more." And she doesn't look like happy about that statement in a way that confused me because it sounds like he's saying, I want to be in this thing with you, but I don't know if there's some nuance in translation I'm missing or if I'm just reading this the wrong way. I don't. It seemed like
I missed this quote. Oh
she
wait,
should
you
be
said.
excited.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, he's saying he doesn't
He's
want it to
saying
be a
I
casual
don't want
thing.
this to be casual, but he also says I just want to get to know you more. And is it I just want to get to know
Yeah, it
you
sounds
more
casual.
or
Okay, I didn't write down this quote, but
I
that sounds
like I don't.
contradictory. Like
Yeah, it sounds
I don't want to be casual,
contradictory.
but I also don't want to like make out with you
Like
either.
or the just is
I don't know.
like I mean, take the just out and it's I want to get to know you more, and it might be I just want to get to know you more specifically. But regardless, the thing that really confuses me is how like her reaction to it. Like she doesn't seem like swooning over it or feeling any sort of way, and I would have thought that would be something she'd want to hear.
Yeah, well, it makes sense if she's already like seen through his BS, but also she just picked him for this thing. So
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
So I
I really
don't
don't
get
get C.
it.
I don't get Sion at all. I'll be honest. She's yeah, not a huge fan, honestly, but she's making it confusing enough for it to be dramatic. Although, yeah, at
Yeah.
least the edit's making it confusing enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember this quote, but I'm guessing he's trying to say like I'm guessing he's trying to do like a norm like I'm cool and I'm trying to be or I'm into you, so I don't want this to be just casual,
Mm,
like friends almost.
yeah.
And
Oh, maybe.
I only really want to get you like to know you more compared to everybody else. So that would be more
Yeah.
in line with consistent with what he's been saying so far, if that's how he meant it.
I mean, she does say that she had talked to Junso and Theo, and that after those talks, she doesn't like need to talk to people anymore. She's like all set.
Yeah, which I interpreted as like, oh, you're picking Jungsu. like
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
I don't
What
like I
I
don't.
guess she's saying nothing. Like she's saying like I've already talked to the other guys I'm interested in, and now I'm talking to you. So I don't need to talk to anybody after this because I've talked to all the people I want to talk to. But she's saying it in a way which sounds like she's saying I'm talking to you now, and now I realize I don't need to talk to anybody else anymore. right? Like
Yeah,
I don't
or
know.
maybe it's I don't need to talk to anybody else other than those two and you. Like these are my three. I'm concerned. I don't.
And maybe she's
If
leaving
any,
out the word
like,
today. Like today, I don't need
yeah,
to talk to anybody else.
maybe. Like she sounds like she's all set, but like literally any other time she's talking to anyone, she sounds like she is not
Yeah,
set.
and she's gonna be like on the verge of tears and confessional before she has to actually choose one of them,
Yeah.
being like, "I wish I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to choose today."
Yeah.
So
Very
I
not
don't know.
set. Yeah.
She's got her own layer of BS too, I guess.
And then he says some shit about how he doesn't need to talk to anybody else and seems to imply that there's nothing going on with the other girls, but he doesn't really say that many. Like, he says barely any words. So that way you can interpret this vague statement however you want, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What do we want for Sion?
Her to make up her damn mind is what I would like.
You just want. I mean, I'd rather her waffle than just pick Jongsu. So
Oh, well, that's true. I would like her to pick Theo, I guess, is what
yeah,
I
I
would
guess
like.
it's Theo. That's who we want.
He was started out loud and obnoxious, but like, I don't know, he sounds kind of sincere, genuine.
I mean, if she ends up liking Junso, I would get it, but I just don't see that as the end of the show. I just
Yeah,
don't see
yeah,
it.
yeah. And they might pick each other, but I don't see it long term
I
either,
don't.
you
I
know?
don't even see how she would pick each other. I don't even see how they would pick each other. But
No?
they're like
So you think,
just maybe interesting enough to each other to like explore. Or actually, no, I have some other theories on why Sion even picks him at all. But
okay,
all right,
interesting.
let's get to the end of this. We're close.
Okay.
We're close.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
Aaron
we're
and
almost
Dango
there.
talk now. Oh, this is
Yes.
where I wrote. I'm rooting for these two now. Why I wrote why not? You know,
The
not the most
contrast
excited, but why not?
of like Shion S, Dongsu what he did in Paradise. He's like, oh, nothing. Whereas Aaron asked Dongho, and he's like, let me tell you from the beginning.
This is
It's like,
so good.
first, I got in a helicopter for the first time in my whole life, and I sat next to this person, and this person sat next to that person. And she's just like, dude, I don't need the play-by-play.
Yeah, she didn't actually seem that excited. And then he was like, no, this is part of the process. Listen. Yeah, Doggo, yeah, I'm turning around Doggo. I still feel like Aaron isn't very interesting, but
I think they're cute
I'm
together, and
root,
that's enough for me. Yep.
to me they're like not as cute together as like Ji Young and Taehwan. but but I like Dongho more than anybody between in this group of four, in that group of four. So I'm rooting for him the most, but
Okay.
I wouldn't say like they're the cutest couple to watch. I don't know. I think they should be choosing each other by the end of this, unless something crazy.
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I kind of hope it's not that interesting.
Well, the
Halen's
preview
gonna
for next
try.
episode
Halen's
makes
gonna
it seem
try.
like it might be a little, yeah.
Halen's definitely gonna try, but
yeah,
I just kind of hope it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, people start winning. At some point, people start winning games to like just pick somebody for Paradise, or at least that usually happens, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
so that
it'll make other people feel bad and be whole thing.
I don't even if like Halen wins a game and picks Dongo, like it's not happening. Come on,
it's not happening, but it'll make Aaron feel some sort of
Aaron will
some
feel
sort of way,
a certain way about it. But yeah,
it's
all right. All right, it's time to match for Paradise.
Yes,
the men are secretly choosing, and the women have to announce their picks. Classic Singles Inferno.
Except now, it used to be like they wouldn't announce when people didn't match. Those people would just like slink off back to the tent. Now it's like somebody, like a woman goes out there, chooses someone who doesn't pick her back, and the announcement that is piped into all of the houses is just
no
like,
one.
this person matches with no one.
Yeah. Well, the only thing it really changes is it's like the women are going out. In previous seasons, women would go out, not match with somebody, and then come back so the women would know that they didn't match, but the men wouldn't. Right. But they would find out later anyway. So it's kind of just like it's giving everybody, it's giving them
up to date information. Yeah.
But they're not telling them who they picked.
I don't think that anybody knows who they picked. But when people do match, that is also announced. But
yeah, I mean everybody finds out anyway, so it's not.
Matter. Well, you would find out the next day. Like, if two different couples matched, you wouldn't necessarily know who matched with who until they came back together.
True. Yeah.
So you'd get to stew in it for an evening if the person you liked was away.
Either way's fine. That's like a weird dream scenario that might not even like make good TV, even if it did happen. So yeah, it's fine. Either way's fine. It feels a little harsh to just announce it over the speakers, but it's not.
That's really the thing.
It's about the same, really. Like everybody's going to find out.
All right, so we get
Yujin,
Halen, and Aaron all choose Dongho.
Yes, you're doing actually a more dramatic way than they did.
Well,
they let Yujin go out first, not match, and she wasn't even in the wasn't even in the realm of possibility for the edit. That's how. Yeah, wow.
But yeah, so huzzah. Aaron and Dongho get to go to Paradise. We get to learn about both of them. We haven't, I guess we did already get Dongho, but we get to find out Aaron's deal. That'll be good.
Next episode, yeah.
Yep.
I wrote yes, not Halen again in my notes after he came out for Aaron. Also good for Aaron. She's going to Paradise.
Yeah.
I can be happy about that. Even
finally working out.
Yeah. I still, like when everybody gets a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
And usually I don't like hate anybody. It's rare. I don't know if this ever happened where like the person that isn't going to Paradise, somehow we don't like them. We're like, oh, this makes sense. Yeah, this person. Yeah, nobody's gonna pick them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's ever really happened.
Yeah.
I guess that we almost got close with Taehwan this season. For you, at least. You really got on him, and he almost didn't make it.
Yeah. But again, he hasn't pissed me off these 2 episodes, so, maybe it's fine. But yeah, Ji-yeon chooses Taewon and they match. So we get to learn about both of them next time.
Oh, that's true. That's a lot of stuff. Who hasn't gone yet?
Who hasn't gone yet? That's not on this list. It's everybody who hasn't gone yet. So literally, we're not going to have a person who hasn't gone to Paradise.
Yeah, I think we're going to be, everybody made it. Yeah.
Good job.
We definitely had seasons where somebody never went, right?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Definitely.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think so.
Hyejin picks Jonghoon.
Mm-hmm.
No match, I wrote. No match. Come on.
No match.
Jonghoon.
No match.
Jonghoon, really? We're really
Mm-hmm.
picking Sion? You
Yep.
were Jonghoon,
Yep.
don't you know you weren't even in the edit for Sion? Can't you? Are you stupid?
Oh, there's already
Are
so
you
many
not watching the
dudes.
same TV show we're watching, Jonghoon? Yeah, so no match there.
Oh, then we get the Minsol chooses Theo pick,
And she'll choose a
which
Theo.
in a confessional she says is an actual pick, and that
No,
she
it's
figured
not.
that Junsu
It's
was
not.
telling her
That's
he's
a
into
lie.
Shion. Well, I'm just saying this is what she said, and that because Junso said he was into Shion, she should try out somebody else, and like Theo is actually her second pick of person she is interested in. So
I
there you go.
could maybe believe
That's what
that.
she says.
Oh, she says that she did say. I wrote this down. She thinks Theo is the second most interesting person after Jungso. I said, okay, that I might agree with. That I might agree with. He might be the second most interesting.
I don't know. She like in no way indicates that she thought they might match or anything. So
Yeah, I
nobody's
think she
surprised
even
there.
knew they would. Like she knew for sure
Yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't gonna match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she probably knows for sure that she knows for sure that anybody she picks besides Jinseo won't be a match. And then I think she knows that Jinseo isn't picking
Yeah, she
her.
knows she's just not going to paradise today.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not reading into this as much as the show wants me to, so I think it's fine. I think this is just the timing of Jinseo as one more girl that he's exploring before the ultimate. He's gonna choose Minsol after he's explored more. That's what I think.
We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. That's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the only way I explain the pick, the prediction about Jinseo, them working it out with Jinseo. That's just my speculation.
That's just
all
what
right.
you want. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's an accurate speculation, which isn't biased at all. Come on.
Sure. Okay. So then we've got Jungsu,
speculation.
Junso, Jonghoon, and Theo all choose Xion.
Exciting.
It's all fairly predictable, yeah. And then
I thought, well, I actually, for a lot of these, I just wrote down in advance what they were going to pick. I wrote down that she was going to pick Jongsu, but that was before she gave that confessional where she's like, I don't want to choose right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She picks Junseo. I wrote down this man is a legend. This man is a legend.
Okay.
First of all, I want to give Sion her props, right? Sion is about to go on her 4th paradise date with a different guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
respect.
She only got to like actually pick 2 of those. The other 2 just kind of happened to her, right? Like,
yeah, but that's still powerful, right? Like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you take these, respect. I don't know of any. I would have to check this, but surely nobody has gone with 5 different people. 4 seems like it could be a record, or at least tying a record.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking about, did Guani get 4? I'm not sure.
Ugh, maybe.
I feel like he only had 3. But yeah, this could be a record. Also, she's only had a chance to go 4 times. So I mean, it's hard to get this high to go this many times without going every time. But I'll give Sienna props.
Yeah.
But Junsol though, this man just powered through the most like uphill climb situation I've ever seen on the show. like he's going after a girl that has been to paradise with 2 different guys. And then the game changer was interested in her.
Yeah.
And now he's like, this doesn't happen on this show, right? Like a girl picks somebody picks a 4th different person on their 4th chance to go to paradise.
Let me paint you another picture.
Okay.
Right before choosing this, Xion was crying about how she didn't want to pick.
This is actually what I think too, but go ahead.
Junso is a not pick. It is her not picking Jungsu.
I agree.
Or
Let's go.
Theo. 100%. That's what this is.
That's 100% what I want it to be.
In the preview for next episode, we see her crying about Jungsu on the date with Jungso. So this is not a thing between the 2 of them, like at all. Like it's not going anywhere. Never has anybody cried about a different man on a date with that guy, and it turned out to be something. Like
she's crying about.
This is a
Jung-soo?
friend date.
She's crying about Jungsu, but with Junseo.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think I noticed something about the previews that did make this seem I don't want to pick.
Yeah. This is a friend paradise date. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
just like your
I'm
his
exaggerating the
uphill
legend.
battle
I'm
didn't
exaggerating the
quite
legend thing.
accomplish the thing. He's going to paradise, but
From his
nothing's.
perspective, though, this is insane. It should feel insane. Actually, also, but he's been to paradise a bunch of times, so maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's also
probably,
been to
probably doesn't feel
paradise
that thing.
every time he had an
From a
opportunity to go.
like, you know,
No, not every time.
if you're just
But
looking at the numbers on the paper, it looks impossible, and he pulled it off. But when you look in closer, it's probably going to just be that.
yeah.
But she could
Mhm.
have, she could have just deferred with any guy. In fact, why wouldn't she just not match intentionally?
Because then she'd have to stay behind with both of the guys she doesn't want to choose between and listen to them either lie at her or love bomb her.
So she doesn't want to be around both the guys she's trying to choose between.
Yeah, she needs a break. This shit's
I
stressful.
feel like this isn't ideal. maybe neither is a good choice at that point. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's fair.
I feel like staying behind to talk to both of them, to be able to talk with both of them and not choose. Like, I get the strategy of like, I don't want to make it seem like I've chosen when I haven't chosen. Like, I think that's kind of fair.
Okay.
And I guess she's hoping that picking Junsal looks the least.
Suspicious?
I don't know if it looks the least suspicious. I don't know.
I think it does look
like she could have just picked like, what if she just picked Taehwan? Although it's weird because Taehwan was already gone.
Yeah, but
depending on the order of how they did this, but
yeah, they definitely get those picks ahead of time and order this.
You think they have to lock in their pick? Like they can't?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
yeah.
She could have just picked like anybody though.
Okay,
I don't know.
but
it doesn't mean
again,
nothing,
she'd have to stay behind, and I think she needs a break. And second, I also think part of her probably believes any of these men might pick her. Like she is experiencing a huge amount of popularity.
She didn't get 5 chocolates.
I know, but she did not spend time interrogating who
actually
those
she got
might
4.
be.
She got 4 out of 5, so now she's at 5. I guess she wasn't the one that had to figure out which one didn't give her one. So we don't know who didn't give her one, right?
Oh no, wait.
It was Arin that was on the hunt to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if we know for sure who didn't give her one.
Oh no, I think we know it's Dongho.
We know it's Dongho.
I think
maybe we figured that out. I forget. That would make the most sense, right? It's either Dongho or Taehwan.
I think Taehwan totally picked her.
I don't know, both of them. Yeah, either. Honestly,
he did pick her because one of his questions was who was the second person you would go to paradise with, and it was Xion. So he totally picked her.
As long as he gave out more than 1 chocolate. Yeah, probably. Yeah, okay. So it's probably Dongho. Okay. Yeah, so why didn't she just pick Dongho? she had a way to not go if she didn't want to, but she didn't.
Yeah, what I'm saying is she still wanted to go because A, she wants that good food and to sleep on a proper bed.
What it is, yeah.
And B, she doesn't want to hang around these guys who are gonna, like Theo's not gonna let her chill out for an evening with, it's just not happening. And 3, she's got a reputation to uphold as the winningest, most singles Inferno contestant ever, so she's going for that high record.
Going for the record, yeah.
Yeah.
This is how you get a fiery romance on a show. You stay away from the guys you're interested in.
I mean, kind of, yeah. Make it more dramatic.
It adds to the fire.
It does. Have you never heard absence makes the heart grow fonder? What did we just experience with Arin and Dongho? He was away for like 2 days and she was sad, and then he heard about it and he went, oh yeah.
All right, so is this an active strategy that you recommend?
No, 100% not.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean people don't do it.
Okay. Sounded like you were recommending it. All right.
No.
Do you want to wildly speculate on who and what is happening under the sheets in the preview? Under the covers?
I think it is just one person under the sheets and is like having an embarrassed reaction to somebody else saying something.
You don't even think
just
it's 2
off camera.
Under there?
I don't think it's 2 people under there.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like what 2 people could I see having a moment like that on this show particular,
and particularly of the people who are going.
Well, the preview doesn't have to be for these Paradise Dates. It could be for later in the season.
That's true.
I don't know. I can't really see 2 people that I feel like would be willing to do this on the show, knowing how people usually react.
Yeah.
So chances are it's nothing, but it's something they found in the film to make it look spicy, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we do not know a whole lot about Jiyeon and Taehwan.
Oh yeah, wait, it could totally be Jiyeon and Taehwan.
I don't think it's them.
Yes,
I don't
come on,
think it's
do
them.
Let's do it.
I think it
Literally,
is 100% one person under the covers squirming in reaction to
Oh,
some
now
shit somebody else said.
I forgot
That's a
Jiyoung and Taehwan were on the show. No, that's got to be it. Let's do it.
if we were leading to a spicy moment with them, I think we would have gotten more content from them so far.
We haven't even seen them in Paradise yet. It's gonna be the longest Paradise segment in the history.
This man who like did everything to keep his whole ass away from women on that log
hold on,
is in a bed with this woman he just met. No. Awkward boy is awkward.
Let me pull up.
100% not.
Let me pull up a quote from last episode.
Okay. I'm worried. What quote?
I don't know what quote. I don't know if it's a quote, but Taehwan says his playful side will be uncontrollable when it's released.
Oh, gross! I forgot about that. I hated that.
So yeah, okay, that's my number one pick for what's going on underneath the cover. Something uncontrollable is being released.
Gross! I hate
it. All right, well, a lot to look forward to on the second half of the Singles Inferno season. We're only halfway through, crazy enough.
We're halfway through and we've done 2 podcast episodes. It's also like it feels like we've done so much because we have, but also it's only 2 episodes.
It's usually 5 weeks, and I made it 5 weeks. Actually, how many episodes we're in? I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see. 8 episodes season 1. 10 episodes season 2. 11 episodes season 3. Ooh.
Oh, well, we're just gonna keep going up.
Add a couple episodes every season.
And the episodes are longer. Don't forget that. Some of them are longer.
It's probably a sign that the show's doing well, right? Like I don't know how like streaming shows work, but usually like network shows like they get
doing pretty well.
Like, you get this many episodes and they can be this long, and they like let them know in advance. So probably a good sign that the show's getting a little bit longer every season. They're still testing the waters to see do we have more content? Will people still watch it if we make more? And seems like it's still going good. All right, wow, this is gonna get spicy.
It's gonna get not that spicy, but yeah.
No, okay. I'm fully in now on it. No, it's ooh. All right, Taehwan, watch out. Ooh, okay. All right, so next time we'll be talking about Singles Inferno 4 episodes 7 and 8.
Yep.
Sarah, where can people contact us?
People can email us. Sorry, I had to cough. We're going to do that again. People can email us at keepwatchingpod@gmail.com. Tweet at us at Twitter, keepwatchingpod. No, let me just start over.
Sarah,
I'll get it there.
Sarah. Where can people?
You better edit this part
us?
out.
No, please leave it all in. Now I really can't because we're literally talking about the edit, which is my favorite thing to leave in the show.
Okay. People can email us at keepwatchingpod@gmail.com. Tweet at us at keepwatchingpod. Instagram at us at keepwatchingpod. Leave a comment under this video on YouTube, also at keepwatchingpod, and leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And I'm going to say I would love for people to tell us who they think are under the sheets or what their theories are for next episode.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good, yeah.
And why it shouldn't be Taewon, because nobody wants to see that anyway. Yeah.
Don't you think I should leave it in the edit, because then people will be like more endeared to you, like Dongho?
That's assuming people listen this long.
And the more I talk about the edit, honestly, like the
easier
it is to just leave it in and not like figure out how to take it out. So
you're a monster. And you know that I have no time to help edit this weekend at all. So I really have no control over this. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to do you a favor.
Yeah, sure. That's what it is.
Yeah. All right. All right. We'll see you under the covers next time on Singles Inferno 4. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.